So Sarah actually reminded me that this week is something of a milestone episode, I guess. It's not really because we technically had multiple episodes that we didn't record. So my campaign document says we're on episode like 53 or something.
Yes.
But according to the ones that we've recorded, this is episode 50.
Hey! Woo! I
Really hope I didn't mess those numbers up because that'd be awkward. But
I
pretty
don't-
sure it's 50.
Episode 50! We're actually on 47!
We are reasonably confident that this is episode 50.
And that
Reasonably.
is cause for celebration. Reasonably.
Oh, I was looking at it, and given the progression that we've been doing, if you guys finish up this book in like another, I don't know, 5 episodes or something like that, then that would be the halfway point. So it would be like 110 to finish the AP if it went at that pace. So we'll have to see if you can maintain the pace or if things go wildly fast or wildly slow in books 4, 5, 6. Who knows? We'll find out. My question that I was going to open up with this time around had to do with pets. I was curious, do you guys all have pets?
No,
Yeah.
I have children.
Oh,
fur.
Sarah, don't do that to yourself. Sarah.
But yes, I have pets. I have 2 cats, one of which often makes an appearance on the stream.
2 cats? I had 3 cats.
No, well, okay, so there was the one outside, Titus. He is pretty much officially now my neighbor's cat. And then there is another feral cat that I'm trying to sort of tame, but I wouldn't say that she's mine because I haven't like taken her to the vet or made ownership of her or anything. But
Gotcha.
I have 2 official cats inside.
I know Josh doesn't have a pet, but there is a pet in the house?
Yeah, 2 little dogs.
2 of them.
I don't know what brand they are. They're bigger than teacup dogs, but
Did
not
you just
much.
say brand?
What brand?
What brand?
You mean
of-
breed?
Yeah, like a car.
It's the breed name.
But they're like
These are great value dogs.
they're like they're like this big, like that, like that big. The ones that run are her family, Hermione, and then the other one, Stark, is not, and he's gray. That's really all I have to say about them. That's it. They're not my dogs. They just make noise. But they're
Justin?
cute, though.
You have any pets? Or is he gone?
He's gone.
I think everyone's
He-
gone. I also
He
lost
dead?
all
He's still
video.
in Discord.
So
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds
Well,
like he's dead.
I think you
he's-
refreshed and broke it.
in case nobody has realized this, who may be watching now or later, we're having some serious issues with Roll20 today, and it's quite frustrating.
It was also over the weekend when we played a different session. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we played on Sunday night, and it wouldn't work for video either. So gotta love technology and streaming. Which, that's sarcasm. I don't love streaming.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Trying to see if he'll... Because he's still in Discord, so...
Yeah.
Well, we'll skip him. Brandon, you got any pets?
I have a dog. Yes. And
What
its
brand is your dog?
Its brand is Husky and Border Collie.
see, those are good brands.
Pets.
Good brands.
Yeah, you originally when I was buying them from a Yeehaw, who drove them to me in the back of a pickup truck in a laundry basket, and I get to pick him out of the litter. It was supposed to be a purebred Husky, but he turned out to be not so.
Oh, did you pay purebred Husky prices?
I did not because it was a Yeehaw with a laundry basket. So,
Good.
yep.
Nice.
But I did pay for it anyways. It was my wife bought him for me before we were married. So
Right. Because I was curious, if you had the opportunity to trade your pets for an owlbear bear. Would you want an owlbear bear?
Yeah. They're not
No.
mine.
You don't have a
so...
you don't have a pet to trade.
Yeah, I could. I was
Would
just
you trade the other person's pets? so
Okay.
that you
here.
could have?
Not to call anyone out by name, but if my roommates ever watch this, I'm obviously being facetious. I definitely would. Both of them.
I would say, as much as I would like to, I would not be able to trade Phaendar for an owlbear. But given the opportunity, I would totally trade in my 8-year-old for an owlbear bear. You heard me.
Excuse me.
Definitely. It's probably quieter.
Oh, that was nice.
That was well done. Excuse me.
Yeah, Justin's having issues, but he said he'll be back ASAP.
Yeah, that's
Oh dear.
We don't even. We can just skip Sarah.
We can just yeah. I'll just
But we'll
roleplay
ask Sarah. Would you trade any of your cats for an owlbear bear?
No.
What about the feral one?
No.
Why?
Hello!
He's feral.
Can you hear
Oh,
me?
you're back. Hooray.
I'm back! I'm back!
Welcome back.
I've returned!
Yay!
Thank you! Thank you! Let me boot in!
Would you trade
I
your
feel like-
neighbor's cat for an owlbear bear?
No.
Think about the scientific advancements. Where else are you gonna get an owlbear bear?
Dude, I'd trade any one of you for an owlbear bear. Like,
Justin and I are closer
Excuse
to the
me?
same page. I don't really.
yeah,
I'm not-
any one of you, I would trade you in a heartbeat for an owlbear
I
bear.
don't know if I would align that strongly with Justin in this argument, but I will consider him my
So
reluctant
I guess-
ally.
And I would expect the same from you guys if given the opportunity. Trade me for the owlbear bear.
That's
Jason, I guess I want to ask you: would you trade any of yours / Sarah's cats for an owlbear bear?
See, I don't think so because of the inconvenience of it. The idea would be cool, but if the owlbear bear is as big in real life as it is in the game, it would just be so inconvenient.
I really I can't see your video, but I'm just really getting the impression that you're making that choice only because Sarah would kick you out of the house.
Well,
Yeah.
she wouldn't be able to if I did that.
If you had an
because I-
owlbear
Because you have an owlbear bear.
I mean,
I feel like real Sarah has like a really nasty handle animal check and wild empathy, so I don't know how that would work.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She might have wild empathy, but maybe she has a really low charisma.
It's the special ranger. We
Rifles,
will get into
so-
that at a later date. Uses Sarah's wisdom.
Okay. Well, is everybody? We're all back in. We're all good.
I'm just
No.
I'm looking forward to the day when somebody offers me an owlbear, but in exchange it takes Justin, and I will respect his wishes and just say yes, of course.
yeah.
He's
Listen,
all-
and I will go willingly. Okay, like
he's all
I will
in.
accept my fate. I'll tell my children. I'll be like, listen, guys, my buddy Josh has an opportunity to get an owlbear bear. I gotta go. All right, like this is the deal we made. This is a pact. Okay,
They would understand.
they'd understand. They'd be like, you know what? Deal. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
I now demand one of your character backstories to be that
I was
you-
traded for an owlbear bear.
Your parents traded you for an owlbear
owlbear
bear.
Like Joseph, Code of Dreams, or something, just sold by your brothers to slavery or something.
Slavery for an owlbear bear. I was traded for a magical beast.
Where to find them?
A
Oh,
creative
yes.
magical beast.
A
nonetheless.
created one. Yes, yes.
I'm gonna try to make everyone's video show up again, but no promises. And it's just
Well-
me. This is
Well,
you
weird.
frankly,
do
if it's
that.
just you two, it's fine because
Yeah.
you know.
While you do that, I'll start the recap here. Last session was a very interesting one. There wasn't any real combat, but there was quite a bit of roleplay and intrigue as you guys had returned to Long Shadow, and after giving a report and all of that, you began to build up the town a little bit, but to your dismay, things were not going as you had hoped that they would. It seemed that there were unseen hands in the background that were thwarting your efforts under the guise of your allies. And the mayor had voiced concern about something outside of town of a colleague of his at a wizard's tower, and You were a little dubious at first, not knowing who you could trust, if the mayor was trying to get you out of the picture or something, but ultimately you decided to trust the mayor, and you informed him of your suspicions of there being saboteurs or something, and left the town, making your way towards this wizard's tower. And upon arrival, you did some reconnaissance. You flew around, tried to see if you could get in. You used your chime of opening to dispel the arcane lock on the front door, but it was locked with like 4 backup mechanisms, and you didn't want to risk using all of your uses of the chime just to try to open the door or break it down. So you decided to come back down to the cave entrance that kind of spirals around the base of the main tower here. And inside, you saw 3 creatures, 2 owlbears and 1 owlbear bear. And they had seemingly knocked unconscious the messengers that the mayor had sent here before and kind of just dragged them next to the wall, not really sure what to do with them. And then the horses were just kind of in there as well, chilling out. And 3 of you had moved towards the entrance of the tower, while Gideon had kind of moved the 2 unconscious messengers a little bit out of the cave and was waking them up. And that is, I think, where we will jump back into the session. Gideon, you are able to pretty easily wake up these messengers. They aren't lethally wounded or anything. They have just been kind of knocked out with non-lethal damage. And I don't know if you bother to use any actual healing or if it's kind of just like a heal check or something to try to wake them up. But in either event, you are able to get them conscious, and they kind of startle awake a little bit and they freak out slightly because the last thing they saw was a massive owlbear bear kind of attacking them. And so they startle slightly, and one of them says, "What's going on? Who are you? Where's that beast?"
Can you put us on the map just so I can get a little spatial awareness?
That's right. You're not on the map. I forgot I put you on the main map so you could see where the tower was.
Yeah.
And then move you back over here. There you go.
Thanks. Okay, because I was over here. I can't remember.
Yes.
What was these are the 2 people I picked up. Gotcha.
Yeah, these are
Everyone
the
else was
2
going in.
messengers.
Gotcha. Don't be afraid. We are sent from Long Shadow, the beast in which you prefer. We've taken care of the problem. You tell me, though. You were sent to see the wizard.
Yes, we were sent out here. I don't know what day it is right now, but we left and came here, and as soon as we got here, we came in the cave because that looked like the primary entrance, you know. So we walked in, thinking that it would all be okay, and well, that thing kind of jumped at us. I don't know what it was doing there. Nobody told us about that.
Are you hurt any more than? And he looks over them. They were fine from what I remember because I had used magical healing, I think.
Yeah, if you had used magical healing, then they're pretty much good. Anything that they took was pretty much non-lethal damage anyways.
And their horses were okay too, right?
Yep, their horses were okay. Their horses were just in there.
Did we get them out yet?
You could have led them out if you wanted to.
Yeah. He'll give the horses back to the 2 of them, and he says, as soon as you're able, ride back to Long Shadow and tell... What's the mayor's name again?
Mayor Tom Crobert.
Tell Mayor Tom Crobert that the 4 of us, Jessup and crew, that we've made it to the tower and we're going to figure out what we can do about finding the wizard. Send that message, will you?
The one guy nods, the one who was speaking before, says, "All right, yeah, I'll be happy to get out of here." And then he kind of picks up his comrade, and they both mount up and begin to ride away.
Gods be with you. And then he'll regroup with the rest.
Meanwhile, the rest of you were making your way into the tower. You can see that the front door here is kind of splintered and burst open. The iron bandings are warped, and it's like an explosion just concaved into this area and busted the doors clean off their hinges. And I can polygon reveal what you see in this area. So you walk in, and you see in this kind of entryway a few simple trophies scattered around shelving or on the wall. There's a shredded Multhuni banner. There's a few monster skulls. There appears to be some sort of dented shield that they all kind of hang on the walls of this otherwise bare and high-ceilinged room. A heavy-looking double door sits to the west, right above you, and by above you I mean right in front of you. And to the northern side here is a smaller door, and there is a spiral staircase leading up from the south.
Alrighty then. So there's double doors here,
Double doors in front of you,
and
a
then
single
a
door
door
to the north, and a
Okay.
spiral staircase to the south leading upwards.
Hursk will look back at Jessup and Kieran. We've got a few choices here. We've got a door to the north, a couple double doors in front, and a spiral staircase. Thoughts? I'm thinking perhaps the door to the north to start.
Sure. Do you
sure.
hear anything?
I could take a listen.
I would maybe consider trying to check to see if there's any magic. Gosh only knows if this mage booby trapped everything.
Oh, that's a good point. Wizards are tricky.
So, do we all want to kind of scoot inside? I mean, the owlbears and owlbear seeming to behave right now. Hate to leave and have them turn on, Gideon or something.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate. I'll give it a perception.
Okay.
Do I know the things about the stuff?
So you walk in, you roll a perception, and if you guys use detect magic as well and just kind of scan around the area, you don't see anything in this main room. And as far as hearing, you don't hear any noise coming to the north, and you don't really hear any noise coming from the double doors either. The penalties for hearing through a door would pretty heavily reduce your check there, so you don't hear a whole lot from where you're standing, and you don't see a whole lot in this room. If you do detect magic, you do, through the wall, faintly detect a little bit of magic on the other side, but the wall is a little too thick for you to penetrate, you think, deep into that room.
Alright, so Hursk will just kind of make his way north.
Yeah, I guess we can go over there first.
Okay. You guys begin to make your way northwards to the door. And do you open it right away and charge in?
No.
Okay. Fine.
How dare you?
Do you just... Okay, so you're listening to the door first?
Yeah.
Okay. You
Do I-
don't hear anything on the other side.
Of course not. Do I see anything with the door? Any traps?
No, looks like a pretty normal door. You
Pretty
don't see
normal
any
door?
traps. You don't see anything.
Is
Just
it
go
locked?
look.
It does not appear to be locked.
Just go look at her. Scout will be right behind you.
Oh, great. And Hursk will
Outside
open the
glass
door.
radius.
Okay. You open the door to reveal...
Reflex check.
You look into this room, and it looks to be some sort of storage room. There are shelves that are stuffed with dry goods and alchemical supplies that just line the walls of this musty room. You see a well that drops something like 40 feet down to a water table below, and then there's a hole in the ceiling directly above the well that leads up to what must be the next floor upwards. Now that
Clear.
you're
We came
Was
here clearly we came here to raid the wizard's tower and steal all of her possessions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Well,
we're
you can
here.
roll a perception check in here if you want. You don't see anything from where you're standing other than just it looks like a bunch of just assorted stuff.
I will walk in tentatively.
Okay. You walk in and you look around. You can go ahead and roll your perception if you'd like, or detect magic, or
Sure.
however. Go
Both.
through the standard stuff.
I rolled a perception, Jace, just as Gideon walks in the door and catches up with the group to see if he hears any noise that the others haven't noticed, maybe upstairs or behind this wall or anything like that.
Nope, you don't hear any noise. Not really. Hursk, you're looking around, and you also have detect magic, so I'm just assuming that as you look around, you're
Yes.
casting stuff.
Yep.
Now that you're a little bit closer and the door's open, there's nothing blocking your spell. You
Okay.
detect a multitude of magical auras in this room.
Ooh.
It seems that there are many potions in this room,
Probably shouldn't touch them though.
and there looks like there's probably a great deal of alchemical supplies, or maybe they're just spell component supplies. You're not sure. You can roll an appraise or knowledge arcana check for more details on those items.
Appraise.
You're not really able to identify exactly what they are. You know roughly they're spell or alchemical components of some sort, but you don't know the details of them. If you were to use detect magic on any of the potions just to see if you could figure out what they were, you would. I'm just going to give most of these to you.
I have a
Amongst the potions, you can see there are 8 potions of cure moderate wounds, 3 potions of cure serious wounds, a potion of gaseous form, 2 potions of neutralize poison, a potion of non-detection, and a potion of remove blindness, deafness. So they're just all on shelves in this area. Otherwise, you don't see anything else in the room.
Hursk won't touch anything. He'll
Okay.
just walk back and gets out there. Yeah, there's a supply closet. It looks like a lot of alchemical stuff, a lot of potions. It's not really why we're here. Probably shouldn't take stuff until we find the wizard.
No, probably not.
Yeah, probably be best not to steal from, the wizard.
Should
I
we
will
go through that
have
door
been
then?
listening at the store, Jason.
Okay. With a 19, yeah. You don't hear anything too loud. Maybe like a crackling of something? Maybe like a fire? Like a fireplace? Hard to say.
Well, in a low tone, say to the others, sounds like there could be a fire or something in this room. I don't know. A stove? I'm not really sure, but I hear crackling.
Gideon will
I
walk
will-
over, shield raised.
I'll try the door. Is it locked?
Doesn't appear to be locked.
All right, I will open the door.
Okay. You open the door to reveal this room. It appears to be some sort of foundry. Work tables occupy the north of this room, standing next to a large, still glowing forge and squat iron anvil. Tables and shelves filled with tools and half-furnished projects of metal and leather line the edges of the room. Strange animal hides are stretched along the western wall, and to the south, a humble kitchen is squeezed in among the industrial setting.
I don't see any moving things,
The
People.
forge appears to be moving.
well, yeah, but there's no people or
You don't see any
creatures.
figures. You don't see any creatures from where you're at.
All
If
right.
you go ahead and also detect magic,
Yeah.
you detect that the forge emanates magic, and one of the hides on the wall also detects magic.
All right, I will spellcraft.
Okay.
No. Pretty bad rolls, 17 and 19.
I rolled a.
You're not able to identify either of those.
If I ate her, is it possible?
Not even remotely close, no.
Nice.
Right,
All
just
right,
try his hand at it if you guys point him in that direction.
You can if you want to, but I didn't see anybody in there, so I'm thinking We may need to head upstairs.
You can roll a knowledge arcana if you'd like. Actually, no, this should be dungeoneering. So I think this should be
I don't have that.
For what are we trying to identify?
I have
It's,
dungeon.
it's in the room. If you go in the room, you can make a check. But
All right. Do you want to do spellcraft or do you want to do arcana or dungeoneering?
if you go in the room, you can do either, or both, or neither. It's up to you.
Sure, why not?
Oh, spellcraft of 32.
Did I get it?
So you need two.
You can
rolls.
also roll a knowledge dungeoneering. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Man. Oh, man.
Double
two
natural
natural-
20s.
Man, I got the.
Well, I'll
that's
just
buff
go out.
going
With,
on.
I will just go out with Kieran. I'm gonna hang out here with Kieran. I'm useless.
I'm good with the canvas being broken if they're just going to give me nat 20s.
Okay. So you get a couple bits of information here. First, you do identify the thing on the wall. And second, you identify the thing in the forge.
The thing in the
So-
forge? Excuse
Oh.
me?
Just if
Oh.
you're looking at the forge and with your natural 20 dungeoneering, you see that the fire and the molten metal in the forge, like lava, kind of moves in waves. And it seems odd to you that it would be moving in that manner. And as you look closer, you see it's not really a normal forge. Like, that's not just like molten metal in there. That is a creature, an ooze, known as a shard slag.
Ah, it's like Howl's Moving Castle. Does it talk? Does it say funny things?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
You know that shard slags, you actually get two pieces of information about these, but I'll tell you the basics. This smoldering mass of metal-encrusted goo sports half a dozen pseudopods, each tipped with a burning hot sword blade. That's the standard shard slag. You know that they are neutral, huge oozes with the fire subtype. And the shard slags are living mounds of magic-infused iron. They dwell within the iron-rich molten cores of worlds, the hearts of active volcanoes, or any location where the borders of the material plane and the plane of fire are thin. They are not sentient. Shard slags are skilled hunters and have developed a bizarre method of hunting and defending themselves. When a creature is near, a shard slag spontaneously alters its molten body to produce a number of razor-sharp blades. The shard slag then mindlessly attacks until the other creature is stabbed, burned, and then consumed. And you can get two pieces of information about shard slags.
Sure. Defenses?
Defenses. You know that they have some form of DR. They're immune to acid, electricity, and fire. They have ooze traits, which is like mindless, so they're immune to mind affecting. And then all of the other ooze traits, I can open a list of them here. They are not subject to critical hits or flanking. They are immune to precision damage and sneak attacks, immune to poison, sleep, paralysis, stunning, all that stuff. What other defenses do they have? I think everything else falls under attacks. I don't think any of these are defenses.
Okay.
So.
Special abilities, special attacks, I guess.
So here's a one that will be important for you guys.
Why would it be important? We don't want to fight it.
A shard slag's molten metal body is hot enough to melt stone. Creatures that begin their turn within 5 feet of it take 1d6 points of fire damage. Any creature striking a shard slag with a natural weapon or unarmed attack takes 2d6 fire damage. A creature that grapples, which you shouldn't do, takes 3d6.
Which you should do.
A creature that strikes a shard slag with a weapon can attempt a reflex save. If it fails, it is unable to pull the weapon away from the shard slag's molten body quickly enough, and the weapon takes 2d6 fire damage pretty much every round until you somehow get it back. So yeah, this thing, if you stand next to it, you burn. If you hit it, you or the thing you hit it with burns. and is eventually consumed and melted down inside of its body.
It's a bad option when your GM doesn't even play games with you and just says, "Yeah, no, that would be a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it."
The other thing you know is you have identified one of the items on the wall, one of the hides you have identified, and I think I want to say that I took a picture of it and put it somewhere, if I can find it, because I want to put it in the Discord for you to see, because it's a pretty cool looking item. You identify this hide as something known as a Skelter Hide. It is a, just so you know, a DC 30 spellcraft check to
Wow.
identify it. So,
It's a high caster level.
Just got it.
yep, caster level 15. So that was a very... When I looked at the DC, I was like, nah, that Kieran didn't even come.
Yeah, no.
Does
Anywhere
that mean this
close.
wizard is 15th level?
Well, they're a very high
Not
power.
necessarily, but you don't know.
yeah.
You don't have to, unless the caster level is mentioned in the creation requirements, you don't need to be a certain caster level to create an item. So like
Well, shoot.
an Ioun stone is caster level 17, even though some of them are like 500 gold pieces and anybody could pretty much make them. So yeah, so you identify this as a Skelter Hide. I just took a snip of it, and I am quickly erasing all of the background text that came with the image, so that when I send this, you're not seeing all of the important stuff.
Oh, I identified him. Come on.
That's good enough. Well, the non-item related
Oh, okay.
important stuff. Okay, so I will save it to this, and then I will put it into Discord.
Discord.
While he's doing that,
There you go. It
these
should be in
dulcet
Discord there.
tones are provided to you by Sirenscape.
I was waiting for an opportunity to segue that, Sarah.
I rejoined Sirenscape.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
I want docile tones.
No,
So-
dulcet, not docile.
Oh,
The image of this item is in Discord now, and as you look at it, I will
that is sweet.
read the description. This thick
Ooh.
hide cloak
I like that.
grant. Okay, well, actually, I'll do the flavor text up here first. Again, this is known as a Skelter Hide. Skelter cats are common folklore in the taverns of Skelt, local boogeymen that mothers throughout the Mindspin Mountains use to frighten their children. The hides of these dual-minded creatures are reputed to be amenable to enchantments, and many Kelid shamans use them to create tribal relics. This thick hide cloak grants its wearer the divided mind of a Skelter cat. While worn, the cloak imparts a +1 resistance bonus on fortitude and reflex saves, and a +2 resistance bonus on will saves. In addition, once per round, the wearer can re-roll the percentile dice when determining her actions while confused, and choose the desired result. Once the cloak is donned, the wearer cannot speak or write. She can communicate only in unintelligible growls. The wearer still understands language as normal. If the wearer suffers from one or more permanent mental afflictions that alter her behavior, such as insanity or the effects of a helm of opposite alignment, for 15 minutes per day she can function as if unaffected by these conditions. This time does not need to be used all at once, but must be used in 1 minute increments. So, it's a neat little cloak there. It's got a couple different uses. And it looks really cool. It's like a rainbow colored, almost like pastel cloak with a mane of fur, a hood, and then the sleeves are actually, they end in the claws of a creature.
Now there's a question. Would you have given it to me since my guy's from Skelt? You
Maybe.
ever seen one?
Well,
And he's a hunter, so I'm sure he'd be familiar with a Skelt cat.
Who needs it when you,
When you've got an amazing bard that drops rocks.
yeah.
yeah,
So
that
I
is
guess
what you see in this room.
my important question is,
Is it ooze aggressive?
does the ooze see us? Or like, I guess it's acting, because
Touch
if
cloak.
I notice it, I'm not going for the cloak, but I'm going to look and see it, and with my start identifying it, yeah, I'm slowly gonna be walking out like, no.
You can
So
buy it.
if you, so you didn't ask for its senses, but whatever. You would know that oozes tend to have blind sight and tremor sense usually. You don't know what the range is, but there's like a 99% chance that it's fully aware of your presence.
Is it acting hostile? Because I mean, if I have a chance, I'm bolting out of there right now. and
It
shutting the
doesn't
door.
appear to be moving. You haven't. I mean, you could. Do you want to approach the forge?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Gideon was all the way up to here, and then you said those within 5 feet take damage, and he backed up to about there.
Hey, but you don't know that. Jessup is not sharing the information.
Oh, he's keeping it to himself? Okay.
Yep, totally. Gideon, you should walk to that forge.
He does.
Jessup would, as soon as he spots it, obviously stop Gideon, explain, and be like, we're gonna back out here slowly and calmly. So I guess, we're gonna try to leave out of this room. Because
Okay.
there's nothing besides the ooze and then the pelt on the wall, right?
Correct. Well, there's a bunch of different auras in here that are magical, but you think that they're probably just unfinished creations, like unfinished magical items. So they're just like remnants of magical auras all over the place in this room. But the only important auras are the forge, which probably has some link to the plane of fire, and then the Skelter Hide.
Wizard a dwarf?
You don't know. I
So
mean,
we'll
he didn't mention that, but
leave it at that, and then shut the door calmly and continue.
okay.
Unless somebody really wants to get that cloak.
Nah.
No.
I didn't think so.
I don't think
Kieran's
we came
like,
here to loot the
I will
place.
have that cloak. Yeah.
If I didn't is rustling in his grave, he comes back as an undead looking for the cloak. Another one.
That one.
Another cloak for my collection.
I love the cloaks, he says.
Okay, so you back out of the room, close the door. All right. You
Go
going
up the
steps?
stairs. Yeah. Gideon will lead the way unless anyone else wants to take charge.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Tank's gonna take.
Moving down to the other map, you can see. You should be able to see the room that you will open up to. A little bit down to the right, and you walk into pretty much just an empty room. Like, this is functionally just a hallway that connects other rooms. There's nothing of interest in this particular area.
Listen
But
up.
you do see two doors.
Gideon will listen at this one and then loop around and listen at that one.
Okay. Listening at the first door, you do hear noises coming from the other side. It sounds like the occasional clinking of glass, some bubbling noises perhaps, shuffling of feet maybe,
He'll
various noises.
to the back. He'll just kind of and point that there's people in there or something in there. He doesn't know, and let Hursk kind of peer ahead.
What?
Okay.
What am I doing?
Just
Am I percepting?
he just tells you. Yeah, he just tells you to listen in.
Let's see. Oh,
By the way, I'll put the shard slide.
I'm not even as good as Gideon.
What it would have been like.
Holy cow! How is it fitting in the forge?
It's a huge creature, so it's hard
so
to fit on the map.
It's squeezing, I guess.
But that's what you could have.
Yikes!
No, thank you.
No.
Okay, so it's got like a lava base, and then like cooled lava, and then just a bunch of swords coming out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yikes! Let's not fight that, because I don't want to lose my grave.
That
That, and we heard it was resistant to electricity damage, so
Yeah,
Kieran's
that's also
basically,
Reason
It's-
to
it's-
not.
yeah.
spits on honor bound, destroying it.
Oh, I would be so sad. Oh man.
Happy birthday, Kieran.
Happy birthday, Kieran! Hope you enjoy.
Karen's like, it's not my birthday, but thanks.
So Hursk, if you go up to the door, you hear the same things that Gideon
Same
did.
thing.
Yep.
Okay.
And Gideon, if you wanted to roll another perception check at this door, that's fine.
You got it, boss.
A 22. With this one, there's not as much noise coming from this room. Like maybe the faintest sound of bubbling, but that might just be the same noise from the other room that you're hearing.
Echoing
you can't
down
tell.
somehow, yeah. He'll shake his head no after just kind of leaning into the door and then point to that one.
Gideon points to the door.
Hursk go. Just go.
I assume we're opening it, but
I was gonna knock on it.
yeah, that's fine.
Hursk knocks on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. For a moment, you don't hear anything, but then you hear what sounds like maybe something being placed on a table, and then shuffling, getting louder towards the door. And then you hear right on the other side, it's like the door handle being turned, or the latch being opened, and the door opens to reveal
Oh no.
a creature.
Ah!
And
I've made a mistake!
I will polygon reveal this room now. If I can. Okay, that should get the room.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my.
What you see in front of you,
Oh boy.
let me go ahead and read out the flavor text for this first.
Is anybody else getting that feedback?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. You see a faceless construct with a crystal wand set into its chest, bristling with some kind of arcane energy. Any of you who wish can roll a knowledge arcana as soon as you see this thing.
Can I see it? I'm not sure if I can
Yeah,
see it.
you can see it.
Well,
It's just right
Hursk
there on the
is
other side of the
short.
door.
Wow.
I have a 31 art knowledge arcana.
Okay.
My God.
Kieran, you immediately recognize this. You've
My
heard of
God.
creatures like this. You've never seen one yourself. They're relatively rare. Maybe less so in recent years, but this is a clockwork creature, specifically a clockwork mage.
Oh.
You can get 2 pieces of information about clockwork mages.
I will go with
Also, the flavor text is, these constructs are the pinnacle of clockwork inventions. An ingenious combination of mechanical devices and magical conduits allows a clockwork mage to channel the power of a wand into a variety of arcane powers. They often serve powerful arcane spellcasters or as unflinching and unquestioning casters to those who want the benefits of spells without ego or free thought. They are a humanoid figure made of mithril and steel. They have a large crystal ball that fills various filled with various vapors for a head, and they stand 7 feet tall. They're neutral medium constructs, and I will blow that up for you so you can see what it looks like.
Oh my goodness. That looks like electricity or water.
He's
But-
cool looking.
Probably electricity.
You can see, Hursk, there is a nameplate on the chest of this creature that
Yeah.
says Robin.
Robin.
Robyn.
Aw.
Robin.
Robin has a hood. Robin Hood.
Did it?
Uh,
Is it hostile?
well, Kieran, you can ask your 2 questions first.
Oh, sorry.
I will go with
Is it hostile?
Is it hostile?
I'm gonna go with any like vulnerabilities or immunities.
It has the construct immunities.
Okay.
And its weakness, it is vulnerable to electricity.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't want to fight it.
Don't start
Um,
and it won't be nothing.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Does it have any special attacks? Oh, Josh, are you
Um,
back?
Yeah,
its
is
special
it?
attack is wand magic. So depending on the wand that is installed in it, it gets a variety of spells that it can cast. So it depends on the school of magic that the wand is, and that's what allows it to cast a couple different spells per day. All of them are 3rd level or lower.
Does it have Hursk killing powers?
So that is what you learn about a clockwork mage. But the creature opens it, and you look at it, you see all these relative information, or these details about it, and about a second goes by, and it closes the door.
Okay.
And you hear shuffling moving away.
Oh.
Whoops. You hear shuffling.
I don't know what's
moving
going on, but I'm sure I'm going to be okay with what just happened.
Yep.
Well, I guess if they're not hostile to us, then there's no reason to be hostile back. I'd rather
Well-
not go around killing this wizard's creatures or whatever.
I concur. We don't really want to ruffle feathers if we don't need to.
I agree.
And Hursk, just so you know, you had a vantage point to see into the room. It looked like it was some sort of alchemy lab. The eastern half of the room sported a table that was crowded with alchemical implements, clay jars, glass vials, arcane implements, and a large still took up much of the floor. And you could see notebooks and alchemical reference manuals just like filling a bookcase to the south. And you did see another door to the far side of the room.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that's just the general information that you did see in that brief moment while it opened the door and then closed it back on you.
All right, we should probably take a look at what's in the other room. There was a door, but I don't want to antagonize that thing.
Gideon will cool guy nod and then open the door.
Oh, I can't see it this
Okay.
time.
Cool
You
guy.
open the next door,
Cool
which
guy nod.
opens into a much larger room.
Oh my.
Okay. So this room, you open it up and you can see into it, and it looks like it is. I mean, it's another some sort of lab again, and you can see that there are 3 large glass cylinders that line the southeast wall of the large room, each containing a strange abomination of a creature. Though one has been shattered, and the creature within lies dead at the base. A thick layer of greasy, slippery-looking orange slime coats the floor of the room. You can see, if you step in a little bit, there are hallways that branch off from this room, one leading north to the kind of offshoot of that storage room from below, and one leading south into what you know to be the second tower that kind of branches off from the main one. And you see a heavily barred double door set into the wall to the east, which you would know to be the door that you tried to open from the outside, and it's kind of barred and locked and chained and all kinds of stuff going on.
So we walked up a bunch of flights of stairs then.
You walked up one flight of stairs, technically, but it spiraled around until you got to this floor.
Right, which was like 40 feet up or something like that.
I think the cliff was 40 feet up.
Yeah.
But you have to also remember that the rooms here are... The ceilings, actually, I'll tell you what the ceilings are. Because the ceilings in this tower are very large compared to a normal building. I believe each room is like 20 feet or something. It's big rooms.
Yeah, it'd have to be. So
yeah.
we walked quite a bit though. We got in the matter of
Yeah, you were going up steps for a little bit until you
Gotcha.
got up here.
I just wanted to make sure. I was surprised it was only 2 floors and not like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's just there's only 2 floors, but the rooms are just really big.
Gideon will go ahead and take a look at the dead one. The other ones in the glass tubes are alive.
They appear to be in some sort of... You don't know if they're just alive and just kind of like floating in the goo, or if they're in like some sort of stasis or like suspended animation or something. They like, you get close, like as you approach, like the eyes of these creatures kind of like blink at you, so they're alive for sure. You can roll a knowledge dungeoneering if you want to figure out what the heck these things are.
I have no idea what these things are.
See if I can put their token on the map.
I can't even begin to fathom their mysteries.
What are they?
Turns out it's just like an earthworm or something.
Hursk is also like, I don't know what they are. Earthworms. Earthworms.
Oh, that's a leech.
I've-
Even I know that. It's a giant leech.
That's the flood.
Where's our bard that knows about everything?
All right, fine. Jessup was trying to make sure he didn't get any of his stuff bitten off and whatnot and all that jazz, but let's see what we got here.
Show me the nat 20.
What am I doing? Dungeoneering again?
Yes, knowledge dungeoneering. Hursk, you have never seen these creatures before, which is somewhat surprising to you.
I don't
Jessup,
know it. It's new to me.
you have seen these creatures before. Probably in manuals, not in real life, but maybe. You don't get any special Actually, no, you get one bit of information about these. What looks at first like, and it's a little different because these are not in their natural environment, but what looks at first like a stalactite unfurls into the shape of some sort of manta ray. And you know that these creatures are known for silently sailing downwards, like a rasp-like mouth that just silently comes down from above and wraps around their prey. These creatures are known as lurker above, is what they are called. A lurker above. It is a neutral, huge... Oh, darn it, wrong size. Technically that big, but it's stuffed in the little thing, so...
I feel like that's inhumane. PETA would have some words to say about that.
Yeah, they're stuffed in there, but they're technically neutral, huge aberrations. Lurkers above are the nearly mindless males of the lurkers above are the nearly mindless males of the species, and follow much of the same tactics as executioners' hoods, save that they gain the ability to stretch themselves wide, glide with both speed and silence, and can even fly by awkwardly flapping their flesh. Oof. They typically hide on cavern ceilings, shifting their coloration and texture to match the surrounding terrain. Like all lurking rays, lurkers above are carnivorous, preferring the tang of living flesh, though they can subsist for a time on minerals they absorb from rocky surfaces through their tentacles. They can grow up to be 15 feet from tip to tip and weigh nearly 500 pounds when fully fed.
Yeah, so Jessup will relay this information and let them know that the first person to ever find these things ran out of cool names and just decided to name it after its actions, lurking above.
Yep.
What's some cool ability it might have?
Cool ability.
Sure.
So its special attacks, it can constrict. It has grab on its slam, and by the way, there are 2 of them. I only put 1 on the map, but there's 1 in each of the remaining.
And one that's dead.
Here.
They're all the same creature.
And 1 that's dead. Yeah, they're all lurkers above. So it has a slam attack with a grab and then constrict, and it has smother. When a lurker above grapples a target, it forms an airtight seal around its prey. A grappled target cannot speak or cast spells with verbal components and must hold its breath. See suffocation.
Yikes.
So, Gideon, if you thought that giant constrictor snake was bad, I wouldn't get close to this one.
Gideon will kind of poke the glass.
That's not a good idea.
You tap it, and just like fish that are in a container, and the noise obviously reverberates much louder inside, they kind of like wince and jolt.
I've never seen creatures like this.
We don't really want to if we don't have to.
Kieran, what's over there?
It looks like it leads back to a hallway, and there's some doors and some stairs that lead up. Is there anything on the other side of the room over there?
He'll look down and see the passageway. Yes, let me check real quick. And I'll head that way.
Wasn't this person supposed to have like a bunch of magical beasts? Supposedly?
You were informed of some odd experiments, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No magical beasts yet, though. Well, besides the owlbear.
Well, yeah, the owlbears were magical beasts. I don't remember if the mayor specifically said magical beasts, because I don't know if he would be able to tell the difference. He knows that, like, she has an interest in magical beasts, but, I mean, you don't know his knowledges. He might just think everything's a magical beast. You don't know. Gideon, as you're going up north there, you can see what appears to be another well room. The room contains a few varieties of animal fodder, as well as a large water barrel. There's a hole in the floor, that opens up down below, which Hursk, you saw the ceiling of the lower. This is the top of the next floor. It opens up to the well below. There is a rope and a pulley up here that you could use if you wanted to like fetch water down from the well and haul it up. Otherwise, nothing really interesting going on in this room.
All right. There's nothing back that way. It's just a well.
Well, I guess only one other direction to go, right?
It would appear that way, yes.
All right, I can check and see if there's anything. These doors.
Okay.
Can I take some time and just take 20?
Sure.
25.
Okay. Listening at both of these doors. At first, you don't think you hear anything, but occasionally you hear the sound of something like clanking, like being placed on something. Maybe like a sweeping noise.
And Kieran will, like, gesture, like, put a finger up to his mouth, like, shh. And he will try the door here.
The door to the west.
Yes.
Okay. You open up that door and you see. So you see in this secondary tower here, it looks like this is some kind of housing or personal space. The room that you've just opened, it looks like some sort of bedroom. And you look inside and it's kind of a grisly sight.
Oh.
The room is shredded. Almost everything in here is shredded. There's journals, paintings, other mementos. There is a full-length mirror on the wall that is smashed to pieces. Everything is tattered in here. You're looking at, maybe you pick up one of the shredded notes, and it looks like at one point these were probably like really important research documents, but they're just scattered, torn. Some of them are like burned to ash on the floor here. If you do your general detect magic stuff that you do every time, you only detect one active magical source, and it's coming from underneath the bed.
Okay. And there's nobody in here, right? I didn't want to go
You
in.
don't see anybody.
Okay.
In here, no.
All right. So then I will move in and look under the bed.
Okay. You look under the bed and you see a long box, roughly the size of like any sort of, so it's like about half a foot wide, maybe 3 or 4 feet long, about 6 inches tall.
Footlocker.
Yeah, it's like a long,
It's like a gun
Footlocker.
case.
yeah, it's like a gun case.
She is a gunslinger wizard. Oh,
The magical
she's
aura
what
is-
our Abner was. What was it?
Yeah,
Spell slinger?
The magical case is not magical, it's whatever's inside. In case you were curious.
Okay.
But it's just kind of tucked under the bed. There is also a note attached to it, but you'd have to... Wait, you have dark vision or no?
I do. Let me check. No, I didn't cast it
Okay,
today.
so it's under the bed, away from the light. You can't really read what the note says, but you do know there's a note attached to it.
I do. So if I like hold this case out to the floor, does
Yeah,
it?
if you reached under the bed and kind of grabbed each edge and kind of shuffled it out a little bit, it's not terribly heavy, but you kind of brought it out under the light. It's a nice wooden box, and you look at the note, and written in common is a note,
Oh.
and it says, "Dear Tom, as thanks and a token of friendship after all these years for your help." And it is signed Nava.
I will fold the note back up and push the case back under the bed for now.
Okay. If you wanted to roll a spellcraft to identify it, technically you can. I don't think you need to see the item, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
it's up to you. 27. You can't see what the item is, but you identify the magic as being that of a +2 huntsman spear.
Oh, wow. Nice. What does Huntsman do?
Huntsman.
It
Or
lets
is
you
that just a
s-
type of spear?
No, I think it lets you set a prey or something like that. A quarry.
A huntsman weapon helps its wielder locate and capture quarry. When the weapon is held in hand, the wielder gains the weapon's enhancement bonus on survival checks made to track any creature the weapon has damaged in the past day. It also deals 1d6 points of damage to creatures the wielder has tracked with survival in the past day.
Interesting. Cool.
I was considering adding the huntsman property to some of Aiden's equipment.
Yep. He could have had this spear. He could have stolen it.
Yeah, he probably would have, just like
When he
the
comes back from the dead, he'll take the Skelter Hide and the spear.
and probably the endless quiver he left in the tombs of the other place.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
Looking around in this room, nothing else of value is here. Everything's just shredded.
Kieran will step out and try the other door here.
Okay. You open this other door, and as you do, you feel like a puff of wind or a gust of wind hit you. It's like a cool air, and then it's gone. You don't see anything in here. This looks to be some sort of washroom. But if you detect magic, there is a magical presence coming from deeper inside.
What's the aura of the magic?
It is conjuration.
Interesting. I will carefully take a step inside.
Okay. You take a step inside, you kind of move towards where you're seeing this aura, and as you do, the aura's gone. Like it's not there anymore. And the door behind you closes.
Can I open it?
Yeah, you can open it.
Okay.
As you do, a puff of air hits you in the face. And the door closes again.
All right. I wonder if it's just like to dry you off when you're
Magic air freshener.
done washing. Like a.
Gideon, you're in this room still. You hear ruffling noises, and as you look to the side, some of the tattered pages are kind of like being blown around slightly. It's as if somebody's walking through the room, but getting closer to you. But you don't see anyone.
Perception check here.
Okay, you can roll a perception check.
Does he notice an invisible creature?
With a 34, there's definitely something here.
Who goes?
I mean, you knew that before, but
Yeah, but he detects that it might be some intelligent, like somebody using invisibility, basically.
it is some invisible force of some kind. You wouldn't be able to ascertain
if it
whether
has
it's intelligent
if it has
or
personhood or not. But he'll ask, "Who goes there?"
a puff of air blows in your face, and then the door closes.
Gideon will ready his shield and put his hand on the sheath of his mace, or Morningstar, whatever it is. Is there someone here? He walks towards the door. Show yourself.
Kieran, the door opens again in front of you. A moment passes. You feel a gust of air kind of go around you. And then from deeper in the room, you can see what's various kind of bottles for different lotions and whatnot at what would essentially be the sink of this wizard's tower. One of the bottles kind of lifted in the air and it kind of flings at you, kind of hits you, and then falls to the ground.
I don't know what you are, but it doesn't seem like you really want to hurt me. I don't want to hurt you. Don't even know if you know what I'm saying. He'll switch to Draconic and say, just in case you speak this, I don't know, but it's a long shot, I'm sure.
There's a puff of air in your face.
I get it. All right, fine. I'll leave. I'm not here to hurt you. He will step out of the door and shut it behind him.
The door opens.
Listen, I don't understand, all right? I went in there and you wanted the door shut. I leave. You want the door open. I don't know what you want.
You see the bottle picked up and carried across the room and then placed back on the sink.
Oh wait, are these
He
just
shuts the door.
these are permanent unseen servants set to a task? That might be what it is.
I
Anyhow,
don't know.
is there something? Is there?
Unseen Servant is a conjuration spell.
Yeah.
The door closes.
Is there still one in my room, or still something going on there? Or...
You don't see anything in your room, no. After the door closed, there was nothing.
Oh, I see. Well, he'll put his weapons back. Well, if you can still hear me, we're not looking to hurt you. We're just looking to find the wizard that lives here.
There's no response.
Right. Just like me talking to an empty room. It's like prayer, Milani.
Yeah, if you rolled a perception, there's nothing in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever was there's not there anymore, so.
Hursk, Jessup, we haven't found much, so maybe we should try upstairs. I don't know how much further we can go up, but we've got to be getting close to something.
Hursk and
I
Jessup,
hope
as
so.
you guys walk down the hallway, the door opens.
Oh,
I pick up the bottle and put it on the floor.
oh, it's a magic
There's
door.
a puff of air in your face as the bottle is picked up and put back on the sink.
I'm almost certain that can I roll Arcana or spellcraft on that? Is that possible?
If you guys like stood back in the hallway and detect magic the whole area so that it couldn't get out of your line of sight, you would be able to eventually figure out that it's a permanent unseen servant. That's
yeah, exactly what I said.
door closes. Anyways,
What a waste of time. I love it.
yeah, I'll actually read you a little bit about what it says about this, because I thought it was funny when I read it.
Well, it took me longer than it should have to realize that it was an unseen servant until.
Yeah. A permanent unseen servant tends the washroom to the east, keeping it tidy, restocking Nava's cosmetics and oils, and fetching and warming water for the tub. The spell has persisted long enough to become somewhat fussy. It dislikes everyone but its creator using the washroom. It complains by knocking over bottles and huffing bursts of cold air at trespassers, but is otherwise harmless.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's really
So-
funny.
You begin to move up the stairway. As you do, you get about to where Kieran is. So don't move yourself. I'll reveal the rest of the stairs, but don't move yourself yet. As you start getting a little closer to the top of this staircase, you hear a voice call out from above. It says, "You can't be here. I'm a monster. I'll eat you."
Well, I highly doubt that. We've fought many monsters that haven't eaten us yet. And the fact that you're talking to me means that you've got some sort of sentience.
He's right. Not many of them warn you first.
You hear sobbing coming from above.
We don't mean you any harm. We don't know what's going on. Tom's worried about you. Mayor Crawbert's worried about you.
Are you just assuming who it is?
Well, I don't know who else it could be that would be talking to us.
The voice, the female voice, calls out, says, "Don't come any closer. You can't trust me. I don't know what I'll do."
And we can help you if you just let us.
"You can't help me. Not anymore. I've tried so many times, but I can't reverse it."
Well,
What are you talking about? What is it?
You wouldn't understand. And from that point on, the voice just mumbles. It's rambling.
oh, Kieran.
Oh, Kieran, don't you have a break enchantment spell if needed?
Well, and perhaps there's some divine magics that can aid where the arcane fails. I think we
And
should.
the arcane never fails. The arcane can fix everything. Trust me.
Unless it's got spell resistance.
All right. That's only partially true. And
Listen, would you feel more comfortable if only one of us came up? Gideon, you just quit pushing past me already. Jeez.
I just tried to give you the other map. Would you chill? Quiet yourself, Kieran.
Listen, I don't chill, alright? I'm lightning sorcerer, not a cold sorcerer.
The voice is not, you just hear more sobbing
Listen,
and
we're
rambling.
coming up. I understand your distress, but I truly think that maybe we can help you.
We are here to help.
So you step up to the top of the stairs?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You all die. Roll a fortitude save.
I'll reveal it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
move you guys to basically where you would be. So that's where your positions are as you learn. Is this on the token? No, it's not on the token. Token level.
Oh, she looks fine. You don't look
We're
like
going to do a lot of stuff here in a second. Okay.
don't look like a monster at all. She looks fine.
Number 1. As you guys get close and you begin to round the corner and you can see into this room, you see that it looks like some sort of study. Floor to ceiling bookshelves line the circular walls of this, what appears to be a pretty cozy study room. Tables, chairs, a reclining sofa occupies the center of the room. Torn pages line the floor, and both they and the walls are covered in confusing scrawls of ink and charcoal. You get within sight of this figure, which I'll blow up so you can see. You get within sight of this figure, and it appears to be a regular human woman. And as she sees you, you see her eyes go wide, and she's frantic. She looks disheveled, and there's a mixture of intense fear in her eyes when she sees you, and she says, "Are you really so stupid you can't understand?" And I would need... I will allow either... both of Kieran and Gideon to make this, because they can technically kind of see into this area. Both of you can make a sense motive check.
Oh boy, here's a +0 sense motive for a 4.
21.
Okay, 21 from Gideon. I need both of you to also roll me a perception check.
A 15.
15 and a 22.
Roll 20 is not being good to me today.
If possible, no, we'll get to that roll after this. Roll a knowledge arcana check.
No ranks.
30. Okay. Okay. Lots of stuff going on here. So, you guys are looking at all of these scrawlings on the wall, the torn pages on the ground, looking at this woman, trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Kieran, you're looking at these scrawlings and you're making some sense of these things. All of these are, I mean, they're hard to parse out because they're like ramblings of a crazy person, but in these ramblings there are arcane sigils, arcane formula, the workings of a spell of some sort. And as you're kind of piecing together what this is, it looks like some sort of transmutation spell, something of like the polymorph sub-school. It's like she's trying to figure out some strange polymorph spell, but you're not sure the details. Gideon, with your sense motive and looking around at all of this, she's suffering from schizophrenia.
Oh.
Meaning she is mechanically insane right now. You heard what she said at first about being a monster.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking around, perception check, sense motive check. I assume Kieran might be like maybe whispering some of the things he's seeing on the walls with his arcana. And you're able to put together something here. What she said about being a monster isn't entirely insane. You piece together, she's not human. She's a changeling.
Oh.
You suspect that she believes that she has been turned into a hag or something. And that all of this crazy formula on the walls and on the papers around her is her trying to figure out how to turn herself back. But you're able to look at her and you can tell she's not a hag. She hasn't been turned into a hag.
I see.
But for whatever reason, she thinks that she has. She's under the assumption that she is a monster and that she will attack anything in sight because she is insane.
Nava.
Now, a little bit of information that you'll need to know as you progress.
Yeah.
About insanity. You know that Insanity usually comes when a character takes massive amounts of mental damage at one point in time. Like if somebody is reduced to 0 wisdom, like in an instant, there's a chance, technically, mechanically, I think you have to roll. There's a chance, maybe it's a will save or something, that you go insane and get one of multiple different insanities. Insanity heals at a very slow rate. You know that basically you have a DC for your insanity that you have to save against every week. And if you're successful, you reduce the DC by 1 until it goes to 0 and then you're cured. So normally speaking, if somebody had like a DC 10 insanity, it would take them 10 weeks to be healed, assuming they saved every single time. You also know that while lesser restoration and whatnot could recover the wisdom damage that wouldn't help against insanity, you would need restoration, heal, greater restoration, limited wish, miracle. Any of those would help. Restoration reduces the DC. The other ones would just instantly heal it. But basically how the restoration works is that it reduces the DC of the insanity by the spell's caster level. Multiple castings of restoration could reduce it to 0 and thus cure an insanity. But you figure that out with your understanding of your sense motive, and all of that. The other things piecing together between the two of you, you were able to pretty much work out what was going on. But you know that if you take any if you do anything that could even remotely be taken as hostile, she will probably attack you immediately.
Yeah, well,
she is in a extremely fragile state.
Nava, I know that you think that you will lash out at us, but I can tell you, you are unchanged. You're still yourself. And he'll take his Enduring Bloom and will undo it from his belt and drop it on the ground where he's standing.
Okay. Make either doesn't really matter in this case. In this case, it's a diplomacy check.
And as he's talking, he's continuing to let down his shield and put everything down. Yeah, nice.
Okay. 31. As soon as you bring out your mace, as soon as Kieran takes another step into the room, you see that she rises to her feet. She was kind of on the ground, sobbing on her knees.
Yeah.
She rises to her feet. And you see her hands begin to wave. And arcane sigils begin to appear in the air. And then as you're speaking, you drop your mace. Her hands slow. She was definitely about to cast a spell. She has not yet cast a spell.
You won't hurt me. And I won't hurt you. I think I can't promise anything, but I might be able to help. And he'll start walking towards her slowly.
Okay. She just kind of looks at you with confusion and a hint of terror. She says, "You can't be here. You can't be here. I'm a monster. I'll kill you. I will kill you. You have to get out of here."
He shakes his head. "You won't kill me." And he'll slowly go to reach and pull out. He has 2 scrolls of, I think, restoration.
Okay.
So
You pull out the scroll of restoration. And for the purposes of this, I need you to roll initiative.
Yep, that's fine.
Just him?
You can all roll initiative, but just to see how exactly this plays out.
Not well.
Holy moly.
Holy moly is right.
Can somebody
rolled a
roll my
natural
initiative?
one.
I had to run downstairs real quick. Can someone roll my initiative? I had to step
Ja-
away for a second.
Jason will have to do it, I think.
Hey, you don't get initiative. You're out of the combat.
Make it a 0!
Yeah, I'll get into his sheet here and Roll initiative. He's got a nice initiative bonus.
I mean, I'm not planning on jumping in on this one. but-
23. Oh, he's going first.
I do nothing.
Yeah, so in the initiative order, it would go Hursk and then Jessup. But
Jessup will lean up to Hursk and kind of quietly, "What the heck is going on? Can't say anything."
then it comes to Nava. So she rolled an 11 on her
Oh man.
perception.
Oh,
Not her perception, her initiative. She has a +7 and she rolled total of an 11.
Oh,
So
that's
as
what you
you
have.
pull out the scroll, she recognizes the scroll, not like what it is, but she knows that it is a scroll. She knows that you are preparing to cast a spell. And you see that her eyes flash in terror, and she goes to like take a half step back, and she says, No, you shouldn't be here. I'm dangerous. And then there's like a strange, like her eyes squint at you.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Wait, you're not afraid of me. Why? Why are you not afraid of me? And there's like a realization in her eyes. She's, But of course you wouldn't be surprised to see me like this if you were working for her. And then you see that she begins to cast that spell again. And let me roll what she does.
Is she casting defensively? With
She's
Gideon's
not. You
bare
can. But
hands?
he's flat-footed, so it doesn't really
That's
matter.
true.
So this is a 77 on the confusion, which gets her. Oh crap! I put it way too far back. I don't have the confusion table anymore. What does that do on confusion?
Crap, we should have put the cape on her.
So 77 on confusion is attack nearest creature. So attack nearest creature. When she gets that result, she.
Dies.
Okay. Not great. Gideon, I need you to roll me a fortitude save. 16. Okay. Gideon, you feel as she finishes casting her spell in a panic. You feel your body begin to grow a little lighter as you slightly lift off the ground. And then she launches her hands towards Kieran. And Gideon, your entire body lifts up and flies across the room towards Kieran. So this requires an attack roll.
Uh-oh.
Telekinesis?
Attack roll plus her caster level and then her intelligence modifiers. That's 10 plus. So that is a 21 to hit Kieran. Flat-footed Kieran.
Yes.
Gideon, you are a medium-sized creature?
Yep.
Okay. So, Kieran and Gideon, you both take 7 points of damage as
Ouch.
Gideon collides with Kieran.
Uh-oh.
For the sake
All
of
that
simplicity,
armor.
for the sake of simplicity, I will explain. This spell is known as Enemy Hammer. You grab a creature with telekinesis and use it to batter nearby opponents or objects. You must target a specific creature with casting the spell, and once you select a creature, you cannot switch to another creature. Each round is a standard action. Oh, it says a standard action. Well, is this spell like
Adhesive
spittle?
spittle, where it's supposed to be cast ahead of time.
where
and
you
it-
cast
yeah,
the spell as a standard action,
and then
and then on consecutive standard actions you can move the creature?
yeah, what's it called?
Enemy Hammer.
I don't know. Did
So
you
it's a
roll
casting.
spellcraft?
It's a casting time of 1 standard action,
So,
and then it says
yes.
each round as a
Yes.
standard action you
Yeah,
can attempt. to
and then
control the creature.
then it lasts rounds per level. So you have to
Yeah.
cast it before combat and then do it after.
Well, you can't cast it before combat because you have to target the creature.
So it's just as bad as spittle then,
Yeah.
because that's the same.
Yeah, I imagine that it's supposed to work where you get the effect. It's just like adhesive spell, where like you should get the effect the turn you cast it, but strictly rules as written, technically, I think no. So
Go ahead and do it. I
Gideon,
don't
you
care.
feel your body lighten, and you
So
you
just go ahead
feel a
and do it.
force begin to push you. But next turn, she will.
No,
kill
just
you.
do it this turn. It's fine.
Yeah, just do it
Okay.
this turn. I already took the stuff down.
Well, so you hit the target with the creature as a standard action. They must be within 30 feet. skipping over the attack roll stuff. The target creature can make a fortitude save each time you attempt to use it as a weapon, which you failed the save. If it makes it save, it can act normally. If it fails, it loses all actions for the round and ends the turn prone in the square adjacent to the target that it attacks.
Oh, in that case, no, you can't do it.
If the creature chooses to resist your efforts to move it, taking no other actions for the round, it gains a +4 bonus on the save. The spell ends immediately if the target creature dies or is destroyed.
Kill Gideon. It'll end the spell.
So that is what she does. That brings us to Kieran.
Okay. Kieran is going to cast a spell and bamf out of existence.
Okay.
Um.
Kieran runs.
Yes. So Kieran dimension doors to the area with the shard slag where the cloak was.
Okay.
And he's going to appear right next to where the cloak is.
Okay.
And as his move action, he's going to grab it.
Okay. You grab the Skelter Hide. As you do, you turn around and you hear bubbling behind you.
Yep, I figured.
Can you,
see a
without
little bit of
dimensional
a-
agility?
I don't know.
I think
Yeah, because Dimension Door, you lose your actions.
Yeah,
but
you lose. Yeah, you lose
Okay,
your move
that's
action.
fine.
he can just grab it next turn. But
Yeah.
yeah. But you turn and you see a little oozy hand come out of the. It's like waving at you. Getting a little closer.
Oozy hand.
That's it for now. Because the ooze's initiative is bad. That brings us to Gideon, who I guess has no actions and is prone.
Can't even stand up, right?
Yeah, you lose all actions for the round and ends the turn prone.
How do I take the thing to get the +4 to the check?
I have no idea. It just says if the creature chooses to resist the efforts to move it, taking no other actions for the round. But like you don't get any actions. So like is it an automatic +4 every round? Because I don't like how this spell was worded. We'll get to that next turn. Hursk.
Oh,
it's your
I
turn.
understand. I get the +4, but in the event I save, that's my whole action. If I don't get the +4 and I save, I can take my whole turn.
Okay.
I'm
Sounds
assuming.
good. Sounds acceptable
Yeah.
enough.
That's a bad spell, man.
It's a 6th level spell. Bad 6th level spell. That brings us to Hursk at the top of the round.
5 foot step up and just peek up at the top, see what's going on.
You see Kieran disappear. You see Gideon is just on the ground, kind of floating slightly. This lady is standing there. She looks crazy.
Can Gideon on his turn shout out, don't harm her, basically?
No, that takes an action. A free action still an action.
Actually,
No actions.
technically, with no actions, you can't take a free action even.
Yeah.
You can't even talk.
The telekinesis prevents your mouth from moving.
I'm moving.
Alright, fine. I'll accept it. We'll accept that raw, and just let the ability work, though. Okay.
I love terrible spells.
Such a bad spell.
Hursk will
What?
just kind of
Why did this come out? Advanced
stand
Player's
there for a
Guide?
moment.
Okay.
He's not going to do anything yet.
Okay.
He's very confused.
That brings us to Jessup.
Jessup will 5 foot step as well. Can he see over the railing? Can he see what's going on or no?
Oh, that's like a wall.
Okay.
You'd have to, yeah.
Squeeze by me.
Jessup kind of leans into Hursk and whispers, I still don't know what's going on. What are we doing? And that is his turn.
Okay. That moves us to the first animated object.
Oh.
I'll just make the
It's
other
a
one there,
table?
too.
Gideon, death by bookshelf.
What is
Gideon, you are on the ground when one of the tables begins to move and charges at you,
Okay.
and this table is going to trample you.
Okay. I'll attempt.
It's a great mental image.
Can I attempt a reflex save?
This is just like the scene from Beauty and the Beast spoilers at the end fight where all the furnitures are attacking.
Yeah, so this is a unique animated object called an animated table. Yeah, it has the trample special ability. So
Yeah, I could.
even though you are so telekinesis that your mouth can't move, technically, I guess you still get a reflex save.
We're playing raw, baby. Yes, nothing says I don't. I'm rolling it.
Because saves don't have actions. I don't know.
That's correct. That's what I deserve. I deserve that for that
Oh,
level
man.
of cheese.
It's amazing.
There's a degree of clarification that needs to be done on what action saves are. Okay.
Yep.
So you do not succeed on the attempt. So you take the full 16 points of trample damage as this table just runs over you and stops right in front of Hursk. Hursk, you see a table charge up to you.
Does my acid resistance apply?
No, this is just bludgeoning damage.
I think 16, you said.
16, yes. It is then Nava's turn. She will roll her confusion die. 31. What is that?
Acts normal.
31 does nothing but babble incoherently, and her stat block says when she rolls the result of babble incoherently, she instead augments herself. Okay, so she will cast. Which of these spells is she going to cast on herself?
I like babble incoherently a lot more because she'd just be like,
She
"Oh
is-
no, what did I do? What did I do?"
She is going to cast a spell on herself, and you see her eyes begin to kind of faintly glow with an aura. And that'll be her turn.
Does that, by chance, hopefully, does that mess up the telekinesis thing he's got? Like, is that a concentration check or something?
The spell does not mention there being any sort of concentration check.
Oh,
It's
yes.
just rounds per level.
Yeah. It is dismissible though.
It is dismissible, yes.
Sorry, I did go ahead and look up the spell since you told us the
That's
name.
fine.
Metagamer!
I'm
Oh my
not terribly
gosh.
torn up about it.
This spell in particular, I realized was going to need some second opinions.
Yeah. So that'll be her turn. She might step away from you or something. Then the second table is going to trample over you.
I'll attempts a second reflex save.
Yeah, go ahead and do your... That's not going to do it.
Okay.
That makes sense. You shouldn't be able to succeed these, so I'm okay with this.
I'm fine with it too, but I'll still be a filthy metagamer.
You take 13 points of damage as this table just tramples all over you. And it is Kieran's turn.
All right, Kieran will, as his move action, pick up the thing.
Okay, unfortunately it's on such a complicated hook that it's 10 full round actions to remove it from the...
Oh,
You guys just see Kieran leaves, and you never see what happens to him until you
Good
go back downstairs, and he's been
You
eaten
really,
by
really
a
should have
shark's
grabbed
leg.
that before you came up
Good
here.
thinking, Sarah, but we don't award player creativity here.
Yes, so as a move action, you can unhook it from the wall. It's just hung
I
up there.
thought that cloak was oddly specific.
Yeah,
but
it was very
I
specific.
don't know what you're
Alright.
talking about.
I will dimension door back up to a square adjacent to where. So she was here.
Yes.
All right, so then I will dimension door to.
Roll a d3.
Roll a d8
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
yeah, just roll a
One.
d8.
if you wanted, or
Roll
if
a
you wanted to
d8.
go a specific direction, that's fine.
No. One.
One.
So that,
that
is
would normally be
this
here.
one?
Yep.
Okay, I will DD to that
Okay.
square.
Right, and that's the rest of your actions for
Yeah.
that turn, I think.
Yes.
Okay. You bamf back into existence, and her eyes dart back over to you, and again, she's blinking like a crazy person. And she sees the cloak in your hand, and there's, like, she squints. It's like a level of recognition of what that is.
Okay.
There's almost like desire behind her eyes, but it's only a flash, and then again, she's crazy.
Okay.
That is your turn. Brings us to Gideon. She did not do anything on her turn because she didn't move you around because she did her spell. So now you can do stuff, I guess.
So scrolls take the casting time of the spell. They don't they don't save any extra economy like a
Yes.
wand.
Correct. They are identical to the spell.
don't have 3 rounds.
You might have 3 rounds.
Yeah. Well, he'll stand up and grab his shield and 5-foot step.
Okay. The tables will attack you.
Yes. I guess can I grab my... well, they both provoke, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you go to stand up, and the tables both swing around, and one of their legs tries to hit you in the head. So I will add the +4 for prone to their attack roll, so I'll just do it to my end. So
Okay.
just your normal AC, and this will be a 22 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Both miss.
So that's not going to do anything. You feel table legs just aggressively slamming into your plate mail,
Whatever.
but you're still able to stand up.
Maybe I have an invocation that just, heals, the other people and gives them good sanity.
Yeah.
I don't.
That brings us back to Hursk.
Well, real quick, I'll just divine
Oh.
touch
Okay.
and 5-foot step. So 3d6.
Yep. So move
Ooh.
action to stand up, standard action to pick up the
Ooh.
thing, swift action to heal, and then free action 5-foot step.
That's beautiful though. 16. Okay.
Yeah.
Hursk will
All
look
right.
back at Jessup and go, I don't understand. There's moving furniture, babbling woman, Kieran's popping in and out of existence. I don't know what's happening. And he's just gonna stand there.
Okay.
He's so confused.
To be fair, from
Roll
his
for confusion.
from his perspective, it is a little what is going on.
Does Gideon
What
during
is
his turn
happening?
to move express the don't attack her thing now? Or
Yeah, he would have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd assumed that.
Yeah.
But does he say not to attack the tables?
No, he doesn't specify that. You can kill the tables for all he cares.
I can kill some tables.
Yeah. Tables aren't inanimate objects, man. They're fine.
Tear into them.
So
Actually, they're animate objects.
Rippling apart.
they are animate.
There you go.
Hey, that's true. They are. They're
They're
literally...
sentient tables.
Do they have feelings?
Moving does not mean sentient. Cars move.
That's fair.
After
What about
Hursk?
smart cars? Oh,
we have Jessup.
Shut up.
got him.
Just say you delay or something.
Jessup will have no idea. She's throwing tables at us. And I guess if Hursk ain't doing nothing, he doesn't know. He's gonna inspire some courage. He doesn't know what's going on. And he will inspire courage.
Okay.
I
So
feel
he's gonna start a performance.
Okay.
I feel great.
Great. That adds to the confusion going on because now Jessup's like doing a rock ballad in the background while the tables run around attacking people.
Yeah.
You
And the
guys
crazy
do what
babbling
you
woman.
need to do. I'm not sure what that
That
is.
brings us to the tables. One of the tables is going to begin to charge down at you guys, and as it begins to get onto the steps and charge over you, one of its legs misses a step and it begins to just topple down the stairs because it's a table.
Sounds like me. I hate it when one of my legs misses the stair.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
So both of you can roll a reflex save to avoid the trampling table down the staircase.
My
Does
problem
the
is
table
that
get a reflex save to not fall?
How can it trip, Jason? It has 4 legs. I thought that they had a very good CMD.
What is their CMD out of curiosity?
my toes happen to have like a magnetic attraction to my stairs. If they were both
Its CMD is 24 versus trip.
That's not too bad.
24, that's
Its own trip. You have to roll trip against its own CMD.
that's beatable.
So Jessup, you succeed, and Justin, you fail.
Great.
So Justin, you're going to take 13 points of damage, and Jessup, you only take 6.
Now Hursk, he's fine. But Justin, make sure you take that.
You take that 13 points of damage.
I would like you to inflict 13 points of damage to yourself.
Justin, go throw yourself down the stairs to make us happy.
I am an advocate of true immersion in these
Right.
games.
I mean, for a commoner, isn't 13 damage basically almost dead?
Text your wife, can you come upstairs and throw a table at me, please?
It's like,
Please throw a tape.
jump off of a 15-story building and hopefully you land okay.
Okay, that brings us to Nava, who's going to roll for confusion. That is a 48, which is another buff spell. So she's going to cast. What's she going to do this time? She's already done Mage Armor. She's already done
really
Shield.
buffing. Wow, that's a lot of
Ooh,
buff.
spoilers.
She did that one. She is going to cast. Okay, she's going to cast a spell on herself. You see a kind of a shimmering, bluish, crackling aura surround her.
She gives the table mage armor.
That is her turn. That brings us to the other table, which is going to trample the other two of you. So you can both roll reflex saves, or you can make attacks of opportunity now. Gideon doesn't have a weapon, so he can't.
I can make
Kieran-
an unarmed strike. Boom, punch it. I'm not trained in
Yeah,
it,
I don't
though.
think. I don't think either of you have your weapons drawn, actually. So that'll just be a reflex save then.
15. So
That'll be a fail from Gideon. Kieran, what's your reflex save?
Not for good, probably. It is a 10.
Well, fail.
that's classic failure.
Both of you take 12 points of damage.
I like to think that as the table is coming to trample, he just holds the cloak out like a matador, and the table just comes in and hits him instead of the cloak.
And the cloak. I was gonna say if it hit the cloak snags on the table and is ripped from your grasp.
Oh,
and is now.
How much damage was that?
12. I think I rolled a 3 on the die, so 12.
Yikes.
That brings us to Kieran.
Okay, what's the check to try to put this cloak on her?
I
Does that be like a
expected you
grapple
to
check?
ask that question.
Are you guys like grapple?
Problem is,
So-
her CMD is like mega buffed now.
There is a great deal of interaction with this question.
Oh, great.
One, because yes, you're gonna have to roll a CMB versus her CMD to try to do it. I would make it probably a full round action. But the really curious thing goes is that she's already wearing a cloak.
Ooh.
Oh, in the cloak slot. Like the shoulder
Yeah.
slot?
Oh,
like a
that's
cloak.
so janky.
So I feel like you'd have to take the cloak off
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
yeah.
before you could put the cloak on.
No, I didn't wear multiple cloaks.
Yeah.
But they were flavor cloaks.
They were flavor cloaks.
So I would say probably a CMB check
Okay.
versus her CMD.
Okay.
And technically
And
a steal,
you could,
right?
yeah, it would technically be a steal, but
It's technically two separate actions. You need to...
wouldn't that still just be a CMB versus a CMD though?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
She doesn't have a weapon out, so she can't provoke.
Combat.
So it's not like you have to worry about that. So I'm pretty sure even if you don't have the improved steel feat, it doesn't really matter.
It is, yeah, but it would be...
I feel like I feel like mage armor and shield shouldn't care if I am stealing something.
Yeah, you can attempt to take an item from a foe as a standard action. This can be used in melee to take any item that is neither held nor hidden.
Nope, steel can't do clothing. So I guess you just have to grapple them first, technically, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna let you do whatever.
I would allow as a full round action you can do a CMB versus her CMD to try to tear the cloak off.
Okay. 24.
24 will actually beat her CMD.
Okay.
I don't know if they buffed her CMD using shield or mage armor, or if
I
they're
don't
just
think they
using
do
the base.
because they don't buff my CMD. So
But I'm looking at the stat block, and the stat block says that it is less than 24, so it sounds like a success.
I should hope so because mine's less than 24. So that'd be pretty.
Bear in mind, to all of you, I will never allow this sort of thing to be used in normal combats.
I will never try this in normal combat,
What,
so
just-
you don't have to worry.
Just rip
I'll
people's
think you
magical
just
gear
walk
off.
to
Sarah, that's what
and
we're gonna
steal
do
their
from now
wondrous
on.
items.
Any wizard or something that we're fighting, we're gonna put one of our cloaks of resistance +1s on them.
See, here, Jace, I
Yeah.
thought you were setting
Or
a
my
precedent
Yubek
where I'd
horns.
just be like, oh, well, you just let it be a full round action last time. I don't know why.
How about this?
I just can't
How about
take
this?
his divine helm of might. Like, I
How
don't
about
see.
this?
Yeah?
When you are fighting creatures who are mechanically insane, I will allow you as a full round action to attempt to take one wondrous item from their person,
Deal. I accept this as
but only when they are insane.
Well, it's not like I want her cloak. I just don't want her to have it. So anyway, I guess I'm able to like
take something
flip it
from
off
the
of
Yeah, you
her
you
shoulders.
grab the cloak that she has and you kind of like tear at it, and she's super disheveled. Half her stuff is like barely fastened on or tied correctly, so you're able to tear the cloak off.
Okay,
And
I'm
maybe
gonna
next turn.
throw it into
Whoa.
the
Uncomfortable.
square where the table is. So
Okay, the table. Let me adjust the table's saving throws.
No,
The
don't.
table now has
No.
a cloak of resistance
No.
+2.
No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're giving the cloak of resistance. I see. I thought you were giving the one that we need. I was like, what? No.
Okay, now it is Gideon's turn.
Easy there. He'll try to take the cloak. I'm assuming Kieran will hand it to him. And
Obviously, he will.
wait, why is that
Will he?
obvious?
I
Will
No.
he?
I
Gideon's over here getting trampled by tables and getting thrown at me. I'm not. No, I'm holding onto the cloak.
I would love so much for you to give him the cloak, and then she does the telekinesis again.
Yeah, and throws him across the room.
Well, he was just gonna 5-foot step, and if you would
Yeah.
hand him the cloak, he would take it and then put it on her. But if not, that's fine.
Well, you wouldn't have a full round action left,
Why not?
because it would be a move action to grab it from her.
To grab.
Grab the cloak, to hand off the cloak.
To hand off the cloak, you're saying.
yeah.
Okay, then I won't. And he'll just. Yeah, he'll just delay them. There's
Can you aid in the grapple attempt?
I guess you could. Yeah, technically. He'll fight.
Yeah, if you step to be adjacent to both of them, you can roll a CMB to try to aid her.
Adjacent or like
You can be
that?
adjacent to both of them, I believe, normally.
Okay, so then we'll go like there, and we'll do that. CMB.
CMB, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So you'll have a +2 in the next round, Kieran.
Okay.
That brings us to the top of the round. We've got Hursk. A table just flew past you and is now tumbling down the steps. Technically, it would be like way down here, but
That was strange. And Hursk will just kind of step up into the room
okay.
and continue to watch this unfold. Not sure if he can help.
Okay.
I do
Jessup,
have
it is your
bonus
turn.
to grapple, though.
Where'd the other table go? Oh, okay. Disappeared off my map. Jessup will stand where he is, and he will hold the line, Gideon style, against the other table. So he will move action, pull out his iron dagger, and with his buckler, and he will total defense, waiting for that table to come back.
Gideon no
Okay.
style.
And he'll also drop performance, so it should linger.
The table begins to climb the steps.
Oh no! Wait, what?
And logically speaking, it
Wait,
shouldn't
what?
be able to do this.
Tables can't climb stairs.
It
What
can.
are you talking about?
It can. It can. It's animated. It can move. Ooh, it's fine.
This animated table walks up to you and it tries to slap you in the face with one of its legs.
We have been playing this as strictly raw as possible.
That is a 24 to slap you in the face with its wooden leg.
Ah, joke's on you. Missed with total defense.
Didn't have the angle. Moves on to Nava. Let's roll her die again. 27. What is a 27? Is that the same thing as before? Let me check. For some reason I got it. Yes, I mean Pathfinder confusion, not general confusion. 27 is the same thing as before. So she will buff herself again with another spell.
Should we ever get into a fight, she'd really have some sustain.
Oh, if you guys wanted to legit fight her right now, she is so buffed.
Serious staying power.
I should be able to attack of opportunity with a grapple check.
No. That's...
It is an attack roll.
No.
It is an attack roll.
It requires feet investment. I don't like that idea that it always sets a precedent, but that one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. The other table, gonna trample all three of you. So you can roll reflex saves.
I bet you it has like improved bull rush and all
15.
that jazz.
So Gideon succeeds, Kieran fails, and Hursk, what do you get?
I run away. 1 second. There we go.
16, that'll fail.
Oh my goodness.
Hursk and Kieran take 13 damage, and Gideon takes 6.
What if he dies because
Die
he
by
gets trampled
table.
by a table?
Death
Oh.
by table.
Dumb ways to die.
That brings us to Kieran.
So
Okay,
many
question.
dumb ways to die.
I missed this last round, but does Inspire Courage, since it increases attack, does it work for CMB?
Yes.
Yeah.
CMB
Okay.
rolls are attack rolls, yes.
Okay, so let me modify that then.
Did you pull a Justin?
No, yeah, I didn't hear you say that you did Inspire Courage.
What?
Um,
I even had a chant. I actually said I boosted you guys.
That's all right.
I mean, it might automatically do it in the sheet, I don't know.
It didn't. I had to add CMB,
Okay.
but it should be good now. So now, full
Really?
round action to grapple her?
Well, you're just trying to wrap her in the cloak, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much. So
Yeah, go ahead and roll your CMB.
I will get a +2 from Gideon.
Yes.
19. That's trash.
19 is not going to do it. You try to throw this cloak over her, but she kind of shrugs away, and you're not able to get it around her.
Okay. All right.
It is now
That's-
Gideon's turn.
My turn.
Can I grapple her? No, I don't want to do
Sure.
that. I do want to do that. Try to get her not attacking us if that's possible.
Sure.
And we will go ahead and roll the Divine Touch. Healing 9.
Okay.
9 is okay.
And roll your combat maneuver.
CMB. If you just type in CMB, Sarah, the buff worked correctly? Yes. Okay, beautiful.
Yes, it did.
$29, that'll succeed on the grapple.
He's trying to be as careful as possible, but he just wants to make it so that she doesn't like lash out or cast a spell or something.
Okay. So she is now grappled. Noted. Let me add that condition. Does that change her CMD?
It should
does.
lower it and
It
remove-
does indeed.
Yeah.
It does indeed. Okay.
Indeed.
Hursk, it is your turn.
One second.
Child.
Unacceptable.
How dare you have responsibilities?
He pulls out his bow and he shoots her in the forehead.
I don't
can
know why we're
swap
wasting
it
all this
around real-
much time, he says.
Rapid shot!
Deadly aim!
Deadly aim!
Hasted attack!
Text
Point blank shot!
Navi, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nava.
That reminds me in the
Wait, Navi's a different game.
Pathfinder beginner box, it says that you should, whenever you use power attacks, shout power attack. And I always just thought that was hilarious, because could you
So she's-
imagine your fighters saying that every single time?
Same power attack. So she's not grappled yet, right?
No, she
She
is.
is grappled.
Oh, she is grappled now. Okay. Okay.
Goma Goma power attack.
He'll just move here for now.
Okay. The table will attempt an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Does an 18? Table hits you in the knee.
Right in the big toe.
Jessup, it is your turn.
All right, table. See what you got. Jessup will.
The great ballad of Jessup versus the table.
2 attacks.
Okay.
Crush the table.
This is gonna be bad. Yeah!
Oh,
yeah!
You critted a table.
Oh yeah! I splintered it. No.
Okay. You attack the table and you feel that you have definitely scratched it, but it is an object with hardness. So you
Oh.
realize that very little of what you did hurt.
Oh, no, I only scratched the surface.
Haha.
Aha! I'm dead.
That
Instant death. Power kill.
bring us-
Classic Bard. I'm surprised you rolled higher on
can-
your crit.
Can I do a knowledge check on that chair? Or
No.
the table? Can I do like a knowledge nature check to see what wood it was made out of or something? Do I get any
Knowledge furniture.
yeah, you can roll a knowledge nature to figure out what wood it is.
Oh, really?
Hello. Okay, you can hear me now.
It is
Yes.
mahogany.
Oh, I feel so bad about doing the damage now.
It is a very,
Mahogany?
very nice table.
Is it Milwaukee mahogany? That,
Probably.
Yeah, that appeared.
Mahogany.
That appeared in the book that I was reading, the Pathfinder Tale and Magnamar. They had an imported Milwaukee mahogany. I was like, that's fun to say.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's some fancy stuff.
Jesus, to the table. He's gonna step up and try to hit Hursk. Natural
No!
20.
Kieran makes a note to loot these tables after this combat.
He always was a man of fine taste. Oh,
17 will not confirm.
all the way from Milwaukee. That's quite
You
decent.
take
Not the scratched
7
one.
points of damage, Hursk.
No, I don't think I will.
Take that, Jason.
Sorry, make that 10, because these
Yes.
are unique. They're not the normal animated tables, so make that 10 damage.
Okay, 30. Okay. I'm gonna die by table.
Nava is going to roll Insanity. That is an 11. What's an 11? That's an act normally, isn't it? What does she do on act normally?
She let
Put your cloak on.
cloak on her.
On a result of act normally, she attempts to use restraining spells. Okay. So she's
no.
going to attempt to cast a spell. So there's
Can
going to
she
be
cast spells
a.
if she's grappled?
It is a concentration check. I believe the DC is 10 plus the grappler's CMB plus the spell level. So this is a 4th level spell. So 14 plus whatever Gideon's CMB is.
I think she
This is her
can,
concentration.
as long as it doesn't have somatic component. It's
I think it's
Yeah.
only
So she
mid-range.
can't. The only spells which can be cast while grappling or pinned are those without somatic components and whose material components, if any, you have in hand.
yeah.
Even so, you must make a concentration check, DC 10 plus the grappler's CMB plus the level of the spell you're casting, or you lose the spell.
Yeah, and you have to have had them in hand, so you can't like get them from your component pouch or whatever.
Let me look for any of these that don't have somatic.
Dimension door.
They all have
That would be really bad.
somatic.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like one of the
Black
reasons.
Tentacles has somatic and material.
Tentacle.
that would have really made this combat really bad. That would go
Baleful Polymorph has verbal and somatic.
baleful polymorph. What?
Flesh and Stone has verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah, no,
Cloud
stop.
Kill has verbal, somatic.
I grappled her. This was on purpose.
Wait, Gideon, did you give up casting Restoration?
Was I? Yeah,
Did you just give up casting
I
Restoration?
have to. It's 3 rounds. I never started casting it. I pulled out the
Oh,
scroll.
okay.
It's 3 rounds. There's no way. Yeah, because he'd have to roll concentration checks each time he took trample damage.
So yes, she goes to try to cast one of those awful spells, but can't do any of them because none of them are verbal only. To my great dismay, as those would have been very interesting.
Unfortunately, the
Um,
game works as intended.
So I guess she doesn't do anything. That brings us to the other table, which will try to attack Jessup. with a miss. Which brings us to Kieran again.
Okay, Kieran will try to put the cloak on her.
Yep.
Do you want
she
that
is
to be
grappled.
CMB?
Yep, CMB.
Okay. 32. Natural
Baby.
20.
Natural 20! We did it!
32 will succeed. You throw the cloak over her. Gideon, you're grappling her, and you're kind of trying to like look her in the eyes, trying to calm her down. And as soon as this cloak goes around her, it almost like the claws of the cloak actually kind of loop together, and it's almost like they self-tie in a sense to like fasten it to her. And as this occurs, you see the frantic expression on her face dim. And she seems to be mostly normal.
Oh.
And it's your turn. What
Table's
do you do?
still attacking us?
Yeah, give me a quick sec. 2 seconds. Okay, got it. So, remind me, how long did Kieran say this would last? Like a minute or two?
When you identified the cloak, you recognized that its effects could be used for 15 minutes a day.
Okay. Welcome back, Nava. We're going to do our best to try to help you here. Can you stop the tables? And I'll point to them.
Okay. We will see what she does in her turn.
Yeah. And we'll just delay through until then.
Brings us to Hursk. You hear Gideon talking there. The tables are still there. You don't know what they're going to do.
Just delay.
Okay. Jessup, anything?
Jessup will 5-foot step up there, total defense, and this table's a little hotter than I thought.
Okay.
What is that? A nice mahogany?
Yeah.
Yes.
From the Milwaukee mahogany. Imported all the way from Magnamar to near Malthus.
That brings us to the first table, which goes before Nava, so it attacks Hursk's, but it misses with a natural 5, which then brings us to Nava, who she kind of looks over in the direction, and you see her mouth open as she's about to speak, but instead it's just kind of like a growling, hissing. It's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah."
Oh.
And she kind of waves her hand, and the tables seem to calm down. And that'll where we'll end the initiative.
Nice.
Combat has ended.
Oh, excellent.
She kind of looks back to you, Gideon, just a slight nod, just,
Yes.
Would comprehend languages actually work for me to understand her animal growling?
I don't think so, because it's not a language.
Yeah.
What if she knows sign language?
She does not.
She doesn't know that. Okay.
It's not in her languages now.
Because actually we could have used... Oh, I don't have that. Never mind.
She's Hallett.
He'll pull out the scroll that he was going to have cast. I have some healing magics that might be able to help you, but it's not a guarantee. Are you certain there's nothing here that we can use to bring you back to your normal state?
Wow, wow, wow.
All right.
Could I cast tongues on her? Would that work?
No.
Darn it.
All right. Well, you'll have to trust me, but I promise we're here to help. We're friends of Tom's. And
Wow.
he'll do an invocation of Purify,
Okay.
which will grant her a +2 sacred bonus on all saving throws. And then he'll expend both of the scrolls he has of restoration.
Okay. So you cast the first scroll of restoration, and what would be the minimum caster level for that? It's a 4.
It's a 4 for a paladin.
So a ninth level caster.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would reduce the DC by 9, which is not enough. You cast the second scroll of restoration, reduces it by another 9. That is enough.
And not to mention
It was
plus,
DC 12.
with the +2 as well. Yeah.
Technically could have cast resistance on her since she doesn't
Well,
have
she's
her...
not making she's not making a save. Casting restoration reduces the DC.
Oh, I see.
If you reduce the DC to 0, they're cured. They don't
see.
actually make the save. Or anything.
I see. So I will not expend an invocation if that's okay.
Too late.
But
You're fine.
Loser.
Here, I was thinking, I was like, wait, can she resist restoration? Because you just boosted her ability scores and then watch her roll and resist the restoration.
So you use the second scroll. Both of them kind of evaporate from your hand after you've casted them. And she kind of nods to herself and she unfastens the Skelter Hide, takes it off and kind of hands it to Kieran. She says, "Thank you. I was not myself for a while there."
Don't say that. Isn't normal behavior to set your tables on visitors?
Yes, I apologize. I have been a bit paranoid as of late, and
He's
maybe,
like wiping blood from his eyes.
I set up a couple defenses just in case.
Right.
What the
Well,
heck happened here?
thankfully your pets didn't do anything to harm us.
Hilmer's all right?
Yeah, he's fine. There's two others, smaller ones that are all right. There's the strange clockwork creature that
Robin,
didn't
yes.
seem to want to do anything with it, or want to have anything to do with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
the
very
mold slag
particular
thing.
about her work.
Oh yeah, right. I think I may have angered your forge creature a little bit.
What forge creature?
The thing that's living in the forge downstairs.
There's nothing living in my forge downstairs. What are you talking about?
Oh, there's
Jessup will
definitely something there.
explain what it is.
You explain that there's a shard slag, and she kind of like has like that realization and kind of like, oh, marvelous. Yes, okay. I have to deal with that at some point. Okay, yeah, makes sense. To answer your question about what happened here, I don't know how much time has passed in my mania, but some days, maybe weeks ago, it's hard to say, my tower was attacked by I hate to call her this, but my mother. She, I guess, thought it was about time to collect her daughter with all of the commotion going on in the Hollow Hills recently. We had a bit of a battle, and I managed to fend her off. I chased her away with a couple fireballs, but she managed to hit me with a spell just before she left, and it reduced me to the state that you saw me in. Past couple days or whatever, I've been frantically running around my tower trying to make sure I'm secure. I thought for sure she had transformed me into whatever she is.
Is she exactly?
She's a hag. She is a blood hag.
Oh, how delightful.
Yes, I would... Well, I'm not proud of my lineage, but... Yes, if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a changeling. I don't let everyone know that, but...
Well, I'll have to keep that in mind, that fireballs work on unruly parents.
Well, yes, if it has to come to that, they can be quite useful.
Ooh.
And for what it's worth, Navi, you did more than resist her call. You even fought back. It's noble indeed.
Yes, well, I've been studying for decades now on how to handle this sort of transformation.
Kieran will pick up her cloak that he took off and hand it back to her. Sorry for being so forceful.
No, it's fine. Thank you. Could have gone much worse had you not done that. I still have Flesh to Stone and Baleful Polymorph prepared.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you didn't get those off.
Yeah, I'm very glad you didn't get those off.
I was going for a Black Tentacles, but I couldn't do that either because you were grabbing me.
That also
That
would
would
have
have
been
really just slowed down the combat.
Really bad, yeah. Just passive damage.
You're lucky. The first round when I rolled the act normally, it was either Enemy Hammer or Flesh to Stone, and it went with Enemy Hammer, so...
Yeah, that's... Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
that.
And with your
That was-
saving throw, you would have failed as well, so...
Oh yeah, I would have been stone, and
Yeah.
Shame.
That would have been really bad.
Well,
It would have been
Anyway.
hard to fight me too. I have Stone Skin, Cat's Grace, Mage Armor, and Shield on already.
Well,
that's a
I
bit
heard you coming with
excessive.
my alarm spell.
That's a bit excessive, you know.
Yes.
Right. But anyway, well, let me start. I'm Kieran, by the way. We've come from Long Shadow. The mayor, Crawbert, sent us. He's worried about you. Hasn't heard from you. Sent messengers who we found downstairs. I think they got a bit of a fright from your pets, but they're fine otherwise.
Yes, I haven't tended to Hilmer and his siblings in a while. They're probably a little restless. Yeah,
Not too bad.
I must have been suffering from this mania for quite some time, if even Mayor Tom thought to check up on me.
To say it, I don't know how much time you've lost, but we're under a bit of a time crunch. Long Shadow is going to be attacked by the Iron Fang Legion here in any day now. So we've come kind of with a dual purpose. We're hoping that maybe you can come back and help us defend the city.
Yes, well, if it's in that dire of circumstances, yes, I'd be more than happy to. I've helped the city multiple times in the past. We have a decent business relationship. Yes, I'd be more than happy to offer my aid, and perhaps I could bring Robin and Hilmer along.
Is there anything you need settled here before you're good to go?
I do not believe so. No. No, I think I'm good. Now that I've been broken free, the shard slag you mentioned, it's probably fine there for the time being, as long as I don't let anybody in that room.
Yeah, actually, there's another task maybe you can help us with. We kind of maybe have a Shabatou of sorts in Long Shadow, kind of being a pain in the keister. I don't know if there's anything you could do to help with that. I think it could appear like us. It's kind of taking off forms and causing some trouble while we're trying to mount some defenses. So I'm not sure if it has an innate ability to change its form or just some magical spells of sorts, but we need to find this guy within the city before he disrupts too much of our efforts.
Yes, that does sound like a very complex situation. Well, I don't know if I have much prepared right now that could be of aid, but the next time I rest, I could perhaps prepare. I do have sea invisibility now, but I could do maybe sea alignment or perhaps a dispel magic or some maybe a greater dispel magic would be able to resist whatever effect they're using. I don't know exactly what effect this is you're speaking of, but there's a couple things that I could try. But I would need to be faced with the creature for such things to work. I could do a locate creature, but again, if we don't know what the creature is, it'd hardly be useful.
Gotcha. Well, something to keep in mind, I suppose.
Yes. Well, yes. As I said, I'm more than happy to aid. You said that it was a very short time frame that we have to work with. So, were you planning to leave immediately, or were you going to spend some time here and rest? I do apologize the wounds you've taken. I don't have much healing that I can give you, but you could rest here if you'd like.
I don't know if that's wise. We probably should be getting back if we can. I don't know if we can heal up quickly. You've got some potions still can take, but
If you're ready and able to go, I think it's wise if we were to make haste.
All right, very well. I can come along with you. Or perhaps you'll travel faster than I will if you've brought any sort of transportation, but I can follow along behind easily enough.
Right, well, that sounds good to me. Probably
We have
should.
a horse and wagon. I'm sure we can
we have
take you guys.
4 horses, right?
Yes, but I sincerely doubt anything that you bring will be able to manage Hilmer.
Oh.
That's very valid. I'll probably leave him to you. But as
it
long
might
as
take a little bit to convince Robin to put her work down and come along with me as well, but
well, you know the way to get there. Like
yes,
I
I'm
said, where
familiar.
it could be any day. I can't remember what day we're on. We may have like 2 days left.
Oh, you have way more than 2
No,
days.
we've got.
I
do
think
we?
we got like 5 or something.
Yeah.
Like
You've got like 5 or 6 days.
Oh, all right. He said, well, it's definitely going to be within the next week, so we probably should be getting back. We've got some things that we can do to help the townsfolk prepare and help the city prepare, plus we've got this saboteur that we've got to try to hunt down. So I think it'd be best if we make our way, and if you need to do any preparations here, and if you want to bring your friends in tow, then your help would be much appreciated. But I
Yes.
apologize for not being able to stick around.
No, that is fine. I understand. I will gather my things. I'll tend to Robin and Hilmer, and we will be there probably by tonight. I don't know what time it is right now, but by the end of the day.
Well, we appreciate it, and then yeah, I think our top priority now is to try to take care of the saboteurs. So I guess anything. I know it's a lot to ask, Vio, but anything that you can do to maybe help us figure this out would be best for Longshadow's sake.
Absolutely, yes. I will do whatever I can. And as thanks for saving me, of course, if you find anything of use in the tower, feel free. Help yourself.
Permission to loot granted! Moral immunity!
Kieran's going to begin to leave the tower.
Yeah,
and
I
as you
guess,
begin to walk down, she'll actually call back. Also, there was a gift that I had been planning to give the mayor next time I was in. Perhaps you could bring it with you and get there sooner than I. It's under my bed.
We will do this. And then do
We
it.
can certainly take that.
Yep. So Jessup is going to go back to that potion room that Hursk found. See what he's
Indeed.
got.
It's fair.
Yeah, so again, the potions in that room, maybe I can just select and paste them. See if this works or not. Kind of. Those are all the potions that were in that room. If you take some time to appraise, you also find these components.
Ooh, interesting.
Kieran, were you going to take the tables?
Yeah, he'll come back for those another day. He probably would take some potions just to drink now.
Yeah, Jessup would heal naturally tomorrow. You didn't take much damage. Plus, I have spells to heal because I haven't used any spells, so I can exhaust a bunch of spell slots.
Yeah, so if I do, let me do 2 moderate wounds. So that's what, 4d8 plus 6
Yeah, for 2 cure
for
mod.
2
Yeah.
potions. All right, that's
Hursk, how
not-
much damage did you take?
I am at 37.
I'm gonna take one more.
Jessup will hit you with a Cure Serious.
Do it.
Yuck. That was
All right.
atrocious.
Do better.
Sorry.
I'll expend the last of my wand of cure light wounds.
Okay.
Is that better for you, Hursk?
Oh, well,
That's better.
that's only fitting.
Yeah,
Nice.
I feel much better. Not because of Gideon.
Well, I'm healing myself, so like,
Oh, well, good.
get what you deserve, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you back to full, Hursk?
I am.
Do you need some Gideon?
Yeah, it's out of the party wand now.
Well, I figured I haven't used any spell slots, and I'm hoping we don't get into any combat.
Yeah, so let's do that.
All right. So how much are you down?
Oh, not much. Like 72 minus 47, whatever that is.
I don't maths. I brought a performance.
25.
I'm down now 9 or less, so I can just heal that up in a nice rest. We're good.
Yeah, I figured. And yeah, you don't. Do you need any more, Kieran? Or are you just chugging potions?
No,
over
my
there?
potions took me up to. I'm only down 1, so.
I forgot you don't like spells cast on you.
Spell resistance. I'm gonna get that spell. I'm gonna cast it on myself.
So yes, you have successfully saved Nava. So
And we didn't kill any of her pets. Go
Correct.
us.
And ones that we didn't realize were not her pets.
Right.
you are
Yup.
probably wondering what that gets you.
Level 14.
Well,
Level
let
up?
me tell you. No.
Oh.
Don't be ridiculous.
You stupid. Man, you made me feel like crap.
Yeah, I got shut down real fast. I apologize. How dare I
Nava's
overstep?
presence grants Longshadow an additional 25 defense points.
Whoa.
That brings you to 97.
And then the saboteur
addition-
kills her.
Her bizarre pets that survived, Hilmer the owlbear and Robin the Clockwork Mage, each provide an additional 10.
Wow.
Wow.
So you are now at 117 defense points.
We'll
Makes me
live
nervous, though.
forever.
We're probably gonna get back and find the entire wall has been torn down.
Yes.
Well, this was quick. We were not here very long, so we can now go
Yeah,
deal
you're
with
only
the
here for like an hour or two.
Yeah, we can go deal with the saboteur pretty much in the same day. So we're back to the suspenseful.
Well, it's late
Well,
though, isn't it?
by the time you get there, it's going to be like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, right. But still,
Oh.
we can start figuring out who it is, which among us
So-
is to be trusted.
Can she cast see invisibility on one of us now?
Yeah, but it's not going to last that long.
No. I know. Do you know how long?
I believe see invisibility is 10 minutes per level.
Yeah, 10 minutes per
That's sufficient enough. I guess my goal is, because talking with Kieran, we think that potentially the saboteur followed us. So I guess if one of us gets hit with see invisibility while we're riding back, we can at least make sure that it's not in our vicinity.
It'll get you most of the way because with her caster level, that will last you 110 minutes, so almost 2 hours.
Okay. So I don't care who it's cast on. Probably the one more perceptive, maybe Hursk.
I think Hursk is the most perceptive among us. I only have...
Plus with the dark vision. So I think if she's okay with casting that, do it on her so he can make sure he scouts around. So on our way back with the wagons, I think that we can then converse.
Okay.
She'll do that. And you begin to make your way back towards Longshadow. You're following the trail that you came to from Longshadow originally, the small little dirt trail. And as you're going, you get about an hour. So you're like a third of the way back or something like that. You're pretty close to halfway. And you see something in the distance. And by distance, I mean it's like 100 or so feet from the trail. So it's like a ways, but it's visible. It looks like the aftermath of some sort of battle.
Oh.
You see, it appears to be like maybe 24 bodies strewn about the ground in an area, like I said, 100 feet or so away from the path. And it looks like 3 figures are still standing. One of them appears to be very short, and the other 2 appear to be regular height. And this is like 100 feet away.
Is it dark yet?
It's not dark, but it's starting to get dim, so you can't make out the details from this distance very easily.
All right. As we start to come closer, Kieran's going to cast communal dark vision on Gideon, Jessup, and myself. Just as it starts to get darker.
You said this was off the path, right?
It is off the path. It's like
Okay.
100 feet off the path, yeah.
Whoa! What's going on over there?
I'm not sure, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah. We should get out and see what's going on. Hopefully it's no more Legion nonsense today.
I can't tell. One of them looks shorter. I can't tell if they're hobgoblins, though. Probably should approach with caution, and he will unsheath his glaive.
Okay.
Gideon.
You begin to approach this group of bodies and then the 3 creatures that are still alive. You get closer, and as you get to within like 50, 60 feet, the 3 that are standing up kind of turn and they notice you, and you see the shorter one kind of tilt his head a little bit, kind of waves in your direction. And once you get close enough, you have dark vision to go out. You can actually you recognize 2 of these figures. The third one you don't recognize, but you recognize. I'll move you so that you can see this whole battle that took place, and see if you can recognize who those people are or not.
Aubryn.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Cobb and
Yes,
No.
okay. That is not actually Cobb. That was just my generic
Oh
ranger
no! You
token.
tricked me.
Yeah.
So, yes, you do recognize Aubryn, and you also recognize Sirio. Sirio's the shorter guy who's kind of cocking his head and waving at you.
Sirio Fessidin. Oh, I love
The
this
other
guy.
person
We lost
is
some rangers.
yeah. The other person is just a generic ranger. It's not actually Cobb.
Oh,
Cobb-
there's so many
many Cobbs
Cobbs
are
on the
dead.
ground.
Look at all
As
the-
you look around, you see there are the corpses of 2 minotaurs. It looks like maybe 6 or so hobgoblins, and then maybe like 9 or 10 rangers. It looks like.
Rangers suck.
And it looks like this was a big battle that took heavy losses on both sides. But Sirio and Aubryn, being higher level, and then this other dude, managed to
Lucky dude.
managed to make it out. And you see that they look like most of their wounds have probably been healed over. You do know that Auburn is a cleric and whatnot. So it looks like they've kind of been recovering from the aftermath of this battle, assessing the situation, sort of. And you guys showed up on that trail, and as you recognize them, they kind of Serial kind of waves to you, and he says, "I fancy meeting you way out here. What? That is a coincidence? What are you doing out here?"
Guess we could ask you the same thing.
Well, we got your message. You needed help over here in Long Shadow, so we came out. Cobb's still, back in the fort, but we came out. I brought Auburn with me, and we had like a dozen of us. I made it to town, and we heard there was a report that a group of scouts had been noticed. We figured like our job here was to help Long Shadow fight the Legion, so we volunteered to go out and chase him down. I'll admit, wasn't necessarily expecting those two, and he kind of points in the direction of the Minotaurs. Yeah, we weren't fully prepared for exactly what that was going to be. So unfortunately, we took a couple more losses than I would have liked, but some of us survived.
Well, it's true. We've seen more beasts than just minotaurs. Many monstrous types join the ranks of the Legion, and magical beasts and all kinds of things.
Well, at least there's good news.
Good to see you again. And are we on the horses still? We'll get down and join them.
You can, if you want to be on the horses. I don't know if you approached on foot or if you approached on the horses.
Whatever it
I
is, we'll
assume
close.
that we kind of parked the horses and the wagons on the trail.
Yeah, we'll close the distance.
Auburn kind of looks in your direction again. She's just vaguely looking in your direction, and she kind of nods, and she says, "It's good to see that you all are, well, for the most part, better." She's kind of looking, and again, she's not completely blind, but she sees Hursk, and she's like, I'm afraid, I'm sorry, my eyesight's, not what it used to be. Did Frampton get shorter? What's going on? Because again, I believe the last that they knew, Frampton was in the group.
Yeah, he, I'm assuming he's still alive, but he kind of left in the middle of the night on his own accord here, and coincidentally, this guy, Hursk, just kind of came out of nowhere. It's, like I said, coincidence, and now he's here traveling with us.
I see. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Although I wish we could meet under better circumstances.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like you held your own.
Well, I suppose to an extent.
I mean, live another day. I'm sorry for your comrades here. It's unfortunate.
Yes, well.
Yeah, the daily life of Ranger.
How many were lost?
Nods. 9. I'm sorry. No, 9. Yes, I counted correctly.
Well, that's fortunately 9 too many, but yeah, we're actually about heading back to Long Shadow now. That's where you said you came from?
Yes, we came here. We rushed out when we heard that there was a sighting. Yeah, we just came from there.
Well, on our way back, we have some horse and carriages if you'd like to join us.
Yes, that probably would be best, and perhaps we can come back in the morning with tools to lay to rest our comrades.
Jessup nods.
Gideon,
Okay.
cool guy nods.
Okay.
The
So you guys
guy nod.
return to the road, I guess.
So how many
And-
defense points is Nine Rangers?
Well, funny you should ask that.
0.
As you guys turn and begin making your way back towards the road, I need you all to roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh man, I've been thinking this whole time about
Yeah.
something.
It's not them.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so Gideon rolled a 24, Kieran rolled an 8, Jessup rolled a 13, and Hursk rolled a 17.
This is not good. I was the most perceptive. Not good.
As you guys turn and begin walking away, let me just get Gideon on the map here.
I'm not gonna lie, I spent this entire time trying to think of a question that I could ask to Sirio, but I couldn't think of one.
Yeah, so
I
you guys
didn't
turn
could
and
have, but I can't think.
begin walking. You get about this far. And then, Gideon, you hear the sound of a crossbow being pulled back. And you are just about to turn when you hear a twang, and a bolt crosses the distance. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
It threw me off though when she asked about Frampton.
Yeah.
How does she know about Frampton if she's not?
Well,
She met Frampton.
it might not be her. There's two
No,
of
that's
them.
what I'm saying though, is if somebody's assuming her form, how would they know that Frampton used to be in our party?
No, I mean, it might be the real Oberyn.
Oh, I don't know.
The wrong Sirio.
Maybe.
Okay. So let me go to the token level and put them on the
Surprise
GM
round?
layer.
Oh, so maybe it was the real them, but it was the somebody playing dead?
Well, or there was one
So-
fake ranger, and Sirio also wasn't really vetted in any way.
Okay, so as for initiative, we have a 23 for Hursk. We have a 17 for Kieran. We have a 9 for Jessup. And we have an 18 for Gideon. Go ahead and sort that. In the surprise round, all three of these creatures are going to act. I'll put them on the token layer now. Or did I put the right ones?
Nope.
It put all 6 of them on the. I'll just delete those ones.
Oh,
I'll blow
boy.
this up for you to see.
Is that a ghoul?
It's a UFO, man.
Yeah, it looks like a
Oh.
alien.
Gideon, you turn to figure out what this noise is, and as you do, you can see this bolt fired from. Let me make sure I have the right colors on these guys. The one in the back here, the green one here,
Sirio?
fires. Yeah, the one that was Sirio, fires a crossbow bolt at. I'll roll randomly to see who he attacks. One in a line will be Kieran. So he's going to fire at a flat-footed Kieran with his hand crossbow. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so you are going to take 5 plus 8, so 13 points of damage as this bolt pierces into your back. The other two are going to move. They're both going to pull out wands. And that is the surprise round. You can see as their actions come up, they drop their guise and they transform into creatures that are nothing like what they were before. But you'll have to wait for your turn to try to identify them. First up in the regular round of initiative, it is Green again. Green is going to move action, pull out a wand with its free hand, because a hand crossbow only requires one hand. And then standard action is going to cast that wand. And it is a... I'm sorry, no, it's not a wand. My bad, I thought it was a wand. They're grabbing from their necklace.
Oh no.
And he is going to throw a bead from
Fireball?
his necklace of fireballs, type 2.
Oh boy.
So I need all 4 of you to roll a reflex save.
This will go well. 20.
Okay. All of you pass, so you all take half damage. Because the DC for a Necklace of Fireballs isn't that big. So 11 points of damage to all 4 of you.
Ouch.
And then it is Hursk's turn.
Hursk,
So Hursk, you heard a crossbow bolt fire out. You heard Kieran kind of yelling in pain, and then all of a sudden a fireball detonates from behind you. You turn and you see these creatures.
Turn around.
Yeah, you see these creatures, 3 of these creatures, in the place where your allies once stood. And you can roll a knowledge local to identify them if you want.
I don't have knowledge local.
Then you don't know what they are.
What even are they?
You live here. How do you not know local things?
I don't know. I will 5-foot step.
Okay.
I want to shoot at red.
Okay.
I have to put on buffs.
Okay.
Buff, buff,
Give me a
buff.
moment.
Point blank shot. Rapid shot. Many shot.
Many shots.
Not inspired
Deadly-
yet.
Deadly
I-
aim.
Let's see how it goes. Pew!
Okay.
Not
So you've
great
got
on the
a
third.
29, a 19, and a 12. The first attack will hit. The others will not.
Okay.
So that was against red, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so 13 points of damage to red. All right, noted. After Hursk, it is Gideon.
All right, so we will go ahead and swift action use up one of them divine touches.
Okay.
As one does.
As you do.
As one does. There you go.
All right. Heal up for a little bit of damage there.
Yep. That's pretty nice so far. And then we'll go ahead and... Yeah. What is an invocation? As a move action, we'll call out an invocation of destruction.
Okay, so bonus 2 damage.
Yep.
All right.
And then as a move action, as a standard action, we'll cast... hedging weapons.
Okay. And that will bring us to Kieran.
5-foot step forward.
Okay, Kieran is going to cast Mirror Image.
All right.
So that will be, 4 images.
4 images.
Okay. And then Kieran is going to move into melee
Oh no.
with red
Okay.
and will free action grow his claws.
I wasn't expecting to fight today. Kind of threw me off.
Okay.
Oh, I
That's
was.
my turn.
That will bring us to blue. It's going to step a little bit to the side here and throw his fireball at this intersection, which again gets all 4 of you, but does not get its ally. Need a reflex save from everybody. 11 for Gideon, 23 for Jessup,
Nice.
6 for Kieran, and Hursk rolls a...
Fuse it.
1 second.
He rolls a 1 second.
Trying.
10.
29.
Holy, 29. Jeepers.
Gideon and Kieran take 18 points of damage. Jessup and Hursk take 9.
You got it.
Grief. I am going down fast.
No more fireballs.
It is now Red's turn. Red is going to... this. He would much prefer to step back, but you have your glaive out or no?
My claw's out. I don't have my glaive out.
Okay, so he will step back. Whoa. He'll step back 5 feet and he'll throw his bead, so another reflex save from
Holy
everybody.
crap.
My goodness.
They each had one. So 12 from Kieran, that's going to fail. 13 from Jessup, that's going to fail. 18 from Gideon will succeed. A 13
Wow.
from Hursk will fail.
That one. Come on.
So Gideon will take half of this damage. Everybody else takes 16. Really kind of...
Wow, this is dropping me hard.
Yeah, this sucks.
Hard and fast.
And now it is Jessup's turn.
Oh boy. After I've taken a bajillion damage. Let's see here. Guess I'll inspire courage.
Okay. Jessup begins to inspire.
Those were not rangers. Kill them. Fire.
Gonna
And he's gonna
remove
cast
these
spells.
bodies and then move everybody over a little bit so we're in the center of the map.
And we are all within 30 feet for good old haste.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And then Jessup will then 5-foot step back.
Okay, so everybody is inspired. Everybody is hasted. About to get real fun. Brings us to Green. Green is going to use his crossbow now. He's going to try to attack the guy closest to him who's covering all the allies. That is a 24 to hit you, Kieran.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling a d5. A 1 will hit you, 2, so one of your images.
Okay.
And that brings us to Hursk.
Hurska Durska.
You have a 5-foot step too. Don't forget.
5-foot step.
Okay, that puts you within 30 feet of Red again.
You have inspire courage.
I
You
do.
have Inspire
And
Courage,
haste.
you have Haste, you have Point Blank Shot.
And you have an invocation of destruction.
Yes, so to your damage.
Oh, I did not have that one.
Haha!
Nice. Ha!
Okay. And you get one hasted attack.
Ha!
There we go.
The 23 will exactly hit your target.
Nice.
The 20 will miss, the 23 will hit, and the 27 will hit. So, holy
That-
crap,
oh.
23 damage.
That's
Okay, so that's 23 plus 21 is 44
that crit damage you rolled though is ridiculous.
plus
Taste
17
my damage.
is this correct? 61 total from the 3 attacks?
23 plus 21's 44 plus 17, 63, right? No. 61.
Okay.
Right?
Well, and then destruction you have to add in there.
That's in.
Was that
Oh,
not-
nah, is that in the? Yeah, it's in it.
Oh, it
It's
is.
gotta be for his damage to be
Yeah.
that high.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like a 1d8 plus 15 right now. Yeah. Because I also had deadly aim on as well.
Okay. He is still up, but with your
What?
goggles, you can determine he has 2 hit points left.
How dare you still be alive?
Man. Oh man, he doesn't deserve to live.
2 hit points.
How dare you?
Shout out, kill Red!
Gideon, it is your turn.
All right, we're gonna bust Red. Well, actually,
Charge!
technically, I have to roll a d2 because these are
Uh,
equidistant.
Actually, this one is technically the closest.
Can I charge there?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just do that. And charge is added in.
Okay.
There you go.
Yay!
33 will hit your target. 14 will
Yay.
put him down.
Good. Die.
And he can bust in another fireball. No, I'm joking.
Every day more death.
That brings us to Kieran. Red is out.
23.
Crispy.
is a lot of damage on a single attack. That's not a crit.
Jessup did not monster lore. What a noob bard.
I know. I
Oh.
wanted to last turn.
Can I
I
ro-
will
can I-
this turn.
Can I roll knowledge
17.
noble too, actually?
Sure. So we have a 17 and a 17. That exactly hits the DC
Oh.
to tell you.
But Jessup was
These-
going to roll his nat 20 for the day because
Oh, you can do that.
yeah, he suspects that these are the saboteurs in some form, so he wants to get as much as he can.
These creatures are known as doppelgangers.
Okay, so
They are grayish humanoid creatures that seem almost unfinished, with like a narrow head, gaunt limbs, and a sinister noseless face. And Jessup, what does that total get you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should probably tell you that.
it's kind of important.
It gets me as much as I want. That is going to be a 31.
31. I will give you, I'll just say 4. It's
Hey,
close enough. 4 pieces of information
Round up. I like that.
about doppelgangers.
Okay. Obviously, what is their special abilities?
So they have a couple special abilities that are pretty cool. They have change shape, which
Yeah, well,
functions like alter self, but they also have 2 other things that are unique to them called perfect copy and mimicry.
Oh,
A
that's how they do
doppelganger
it.
is proficient in all weapons, armor, and shields. In addition, it can use any spell trigger or spell completion item as if the spell was on its spell list. Perfect copy. When a doppelganger uses change shape, it can assume the appearance of specific individuals. So, unlike normal, they can become whoever they want and have all the proficiencies of whoever they might need. So those are their special abilities. Oh, they also have detect thoughts at will.
now with that, so you mean like if they change into Gideon, do they get Gideon's abilities and stats?
No, but
in
they
a
look
way?
exactly like him.
Okay.
Can we get any insight how they would know things? Like Aubryn?
No. I mean, you could ask about that, but special abilities, to your knowledge, do not include any sort of like gaining their knowledge.
Right.
Okay. So that's 3 pieces then for the 3 abilities?
No, special abilities, I'm clumping them all as special abilities.
Oh, okay. I guess just what are defenses for 2?
They're immune to charm and sleep effects. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Sure, and what are their worst saves? 2 worst saves.
Their lowest save is fortitude.
Okay.
That works out nice for you, potentially.
And their second lowest worst save.
Is reflex.
Okay. What's their highest? And that's it.
Okay. So yeah, 3 of you are able to identify them as doppelgangers, and Jessup has a pretty substantial understanding of how these creatures function.
Keep one of the bodies mildly intact for us to take back for the mage.
For her to,
Harvesting
mage?
bodies. Yeah.
she likes dead bodies?
You don't?
Listen, this is not Rune Lords. We're not making deals with the devil here.
Why not?
Strangers
It
do
wasn't a
deals
devil.
with
It was a
the
lich.
It was just a well, no, there was a devil.
Oh,
There
that's
was a
right.
devil
Well, and
There's-
the demon.
and
There
a
was
demon.
there was the devil,
Yeah.
there was the demon, and there was the lich.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. All right. Kieran's gonna breathe electricity on them
That's rude.
Get
with
them
a
both.
reflex save of a DC 18.
Okay, well, their reflex save is. What is it?
It's not the
Spectacular.
worst. It's the mid. It's
That is a 22 for green and a 24 for blue.
Yeah, that saves for both of them.
So they both take 13.
Yeah, but I don't think. Oh no, never mind. We've been over this. Never mind. Yes, they take 13.
Okay.
Plus the weakness you said they were
No.
to this? No.
No, they don't have a weakness to it. That's the Clockwork Mage.
Oh, that's right.
Actually,
That's
no.
my turn.
I take it back. They take no damage.
Garbage.
Carbaggio.
Because these doppelgangers have rogue levels.
Oh.
Come on. Come on, game. Don't go changing up out of the bestiary. Then what's the point of reading ahead?
that brings us from Kieran to Blue. Blue is going to shoot Hursk because Hursk is mean.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I don't think that's how it worked.
That is a 25. I don't know if that hits you.
No.
Okay. He pulls back his hand crossbow and attacks you, and then remembers that he doesn't get sneak attack, so his hand crossbow is almost useless. But he'll fix that next time. That brings us to Jessup because Red is dead.
Get dead, Red.
You said 24, right?
It's a 25.
Still no.
Oh, okay.
Take that. Is 30 hit? Your touch AC?
I wasn't being a smart ass. I just wanted to make sure I heard the right thing.
Hey! I'm free! I'm free!
What
have I done?
He's
Smart.
done it.
I'm free! It was me last time, and I'm free! I'm no longer the
We
last
lost
one!
our one viewer. Bye. Okay.
No!
Jessup runs up and pops so spanks him with heroism.
Oh, that's funny.
It's really...
Hursk, keep it up. You're doing good. And he'll drop performance, so it'll linger for 2. And that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Green.
I am
Who-
buffed out of my face.
I hope so.
will step back here. Take off another thing off his necklace. And I need
No.
Jessup, Hursk, and Gideon to roll reflex saves.
Ha!
I thought I rolled a 35.
I can't even get that
I
high.
saw the green and was freaking out, saw the number, said, what did I do wrong? And then realized I rolled a 16.
So, all of you pass. So you only take 7 points of damage each.
Yeah, but I don't pass as spectacularly. And that's worth something.
So, that is Green's turn. We go to Hursk.
Hursk.
He'll never get within 30 feet.
Dursk.
25 feet.
Take that, GM. 25. Yeah. Never. Watch it.
I take many shots.
Nice.
Nice. 1 hits for 27.
One of those will hit. For
Ugh.
22 points of damage.
Yeah, for fun. Jessup
Ah,
will.
here we go. Let me get it ready. Slash roll.
Yeah,
2D.
-2.
4 -2.
Which wait, before you roll it, which attack are we doing this on?
I'm sorry.
Assuming
it's
rapid
the
shot.
first-
No rapid.
first- Yeah.
No, the rapid shot one. Then I got 21.
I'm not gonna metagame that bad. I'll just do the first one.
The spell is metagame the spell.
I give him the benefit of a few damage here.
I'm gonna use a re-roll ability, but I don't want to metagame. What?
Kind of wish you would have metagamed. Wish you would have metagamed.
Wish you woulda.
You know,
Where do you fall in this one, Jason? Where do you fall?
It's one of those where like it.
Nope. If that's what Brandon wanted, then that's what we get. It's his
Well, it's one of
spell.
those where it's like since we roll them all at once, it's hard for someone with this sort of an ability to be like, wait, because they all happen all at once. So I'd be fine with you choosing which one, because if we rolled it like one attack at a time and you had time to say, hold up, you missed that one, I'm going to do it, then I'd be okay with it. But since all of the attacks happen all at once, it's not like you have an opportunity to interrupt the attacks.
Right.
So I'm fine with you choosing which attack you want to apply it to.
all right. If that's the case, I'll metagame and do the rapid shot.
Oh, I don't care
I
any.
was fine with the
I
first
was
one.
fine with either way. I was just curious his thoughts on it, just from a game perspective kind of thing. Just curious.
I think it's just one of those where that spell is difficult to cast if things are done all at once, because you kind of have to interrupt and be like, I would like to use this on the missed attack, but all the attacks happened at once.
I also don't think the power level is enough to be a concern, but I was just curious his thoughts. You can do whatever you want, Brandon. I think your decision is fine. I was just wondering.
So, Okay. That brings us to Gideon.
Who doesn't need to, but I just love the idea of charging. Just charging. It's just really just fun, you know. Just charge.
Okay.
Since I can.
And so he doesn't.
So he won't. No, he's gonna.
So he won't.
So he's gonna. And actually, let's charge. Yeah, let's do that. And hopefully hit him here. There you go.
34 will hit.
There you go.
12 points of damage. All right. Whoops. Brings us to Kieran.
All right. Well, I have a feeling that this isn't going to work, but
Lightning bolt.
we'll do it anyway. No. If they have rogue levels, I'm afraid they probably can't be flanked, but we'll get into flanking anyway.
Penny dodge.
Yeah, I figured.
Trying to dodge.
So I will bite attack. I will bite attack.
However, I'm pretty sure you have to have improved uncanny dodge to not be flanked.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they? I don't know.
Because I think no, they only have uncanny dodge, which I think is against flat-footed. I think you have to be improved to have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
yeah, so they can't be caught flat-footed, but they can be flanked.
So
Beautiful.
flanking, inspire courage, haste, destruction, bite.
Go for it.
Attack. All right. First, let me mark down my round of claws.
If only you
Okay.
were a rogue, you'd get that beautiful, beautiful sneak attack damage too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you get 4 attacks.
No, I just get one.
Oh, because you had to move.
Move.
Right.
Yeah. That's a natural 3.
I just
So,
going
that
miss.
misses.
That's gonna
Gosh,
miss.
just going miss. It's now Blue's turn. Blue. It's gonna flank.
He provokes an attack of opportunity.
I
no,
bet
he can move there.
I
I
bet
moved
they
him straight,
have-
but he can.
sneak attack.
Fine.
He's fine. But
Fine. If he has 30-foot movement, I guess. Fine.
he does.
Just should pull out the dagger and then double flank.
So he will move up with his sword cane.
Yeah, sure. Try to hit me.
Try to stab you in the back with his flanking bonus. He rolls a natural 3.
Flanks on flanks.
Flanks on flanks on flanks. That's what we got here.
Brings us to Jessup.
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 Jessup will.
Run away.
No.
Give up. Cry. Call for his mama.
Give me double heroism.
No. I can't do that. Yeah, Jessup will move. While moving, he will pull out his bow. And then Jessup will take 1 shot with point blank.
Okay. Firing into melee.
Yep, so point blank fire in melee. He will swift action. Can I swift action since I use Gallant Inspiration or no?
No. It's an immediate action that takes your swift
Yes.
action
Yeah.
on your
So
next turn.
yeah, you cannot.
So I will not. So, yep, just 1 shot.
See if he can do it.
Pew!
Is that with the -4?
Yep.
No.
Fire into melee's in there. Yep.
Oh, it is.
Then that will exactly hit.
Exactly.
Yep, I have it as a buff.
Mm-hmm.
Roll your damage on blue.
Get ready.
Blue. 6 damage.
Yeah!
Nice.
He's still up.
Noise.
That brings us to the top of the round with green. It's gonna full attack the flank.
No.
Go ahead.
First attack is. I think that'll do it.
He shall not falter.
You have buffed yourself a little bit, but will a 32 do it?
Exactly.
Oh,
I will not
Was not a
falter.
it was not a crit because freaking corn saves. Sword canes.
Corn. The god Corn has arrived. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
Sword
Corn for the
canes
corn
have
god.
a terrible crit range.
Corn for the corn god.
If this were a dagger, we could do something.
You
but-
got him real good on that one, Justin. Poor Jace is trying to run a real session.
I'm sorry. I'm the worst. You guys remember, you guys invited me to this. This is your fault.
Well, you were a package deal. We invited
I was.
Andrew.
That's true.
and, you,
I just came with him, and now you're stuck with me.
and you didn't leave. You're right. Yeah, that's.
When Andrew left, we thought it was
We
assumed.
thought it was
you came together, so we thought surely they'll go together, right? Guess not.
That is 15 points of damage. Second attack. Natural 8 will miss. That's his turn. Hursk.
Oh, how much damage? You didn't even tell me.
15, but for you, we'll make it 30.
That's crazy.
Today's special.
Today's
For you.
special Gideon
2 times your
salad.
damage.
Wow, thanks, Jason. I hate that.
Why
Okay.
does Hursk sound like he's throwing up every time he shoots his bow?
I thought he was going number 2.
So, firing at blue, I assume.
Okay, I want to see you shoot 4 arrows in like 5 seconds and not make some kind of sound.
I
This
just
is against,
Blue.
against blue. Okay, so
Ah.
27 will hit, 28 will hit. Okay.
I like to imagine his bow requires so much like draw strength that it really does take a lot out of him. He's like,
Yeah. I pulled something.
yeah.
Did the bowstring.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
You are
dude.
With
It's
your
like,
2 attacks, you are able to down that doppelganger,
Excellent.
leaving us with only 1 remaining. And it is Gideon's turn.
oh well, you know, a little divine touch. Hopefully, I don't die here. That'll help, just a little. Then we're gonna full round attack. You see, I love a full round attack.
You see? You turned into a 1930s mobster. Listen here, you see? I'm gonna use a divine touch, see?
It's my favorite. I love it. Don't make fun of my methods. Okay. And now we're flanking. Get that in there.
Yes, you are flanking.
Flanking.
34 will hit, 30 will hit, 21 will not.
Classic.
There's a total of 25 points of damage. Okay.
Why's your damage so low?
Gideon.
Ducks.
Yeah, no. 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 Because I don't use power attack.
Oh.
And Gideon is.
What a noob.
No! He's deliberately meant to just be a wall, a tank. He can hit hard. The biggest one is if I know I'm going into a combat, I can give myself Divine Weapon, which adds fire damage as well. So, just not something you suspect for.
That brings us to Kieran.
Kind of like Vicket.
Okay.
Why does Vicket not do a lot of damage?
Oh,
has
he
a
was
D3
against you guys
damage.
on Sunday.
His attack is a D3.
Yeah.
He wrecked Brahm's face.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still pretty good though.
Bite attack 1. 23.
That'll do it.
18 points of damage.
Still up.
Nom, nom, nom,
Dragon
nom,
bite number 2. 23.
That'll do it.
Consistency.
13 points
Oh.
of damage.
Rolling
Okay.
8, followed by an 8, followed by a great.
Claw number 1's 19.
Great.
Claw
19 will
number
miss.
2, 33.
Yay!
There we go.
33 will hit. 15 points
15
of damage.
points of
He had
damage.
8 left.
There you go. There we
Oh,
go.
thank goodness.
Unfortunately, we can't interrogate. They're not dead yet. Is there one that's not dead yet?
Yeah. I mean, that one's at -7. The other one's got hit with arrows.
Okay.
What is their con? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the combat is essentially over. You could stabilize one if you wanted.
So he's gonna ask, "Do you want me to stabilize one so we can interrogate him?"
I mean, suppose you could. Ugh, that hurt. But, I mean, are they going to divulge any information?
I don't like to resort to torture. I'm not sure what else we could get out of them, even if we did keep them alive.
Well, I'm just saying, if you stabilize them, then you got to kill them.
I can take care of that if you guys don't want to do it.
We're all too familiar
We
with
can
that.
count on you, Kieran.
Yeah, we're very aware of your ability to kill, Kieran. He'll coup de grace, the one.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, really?
I wanted. Well, let me see if this provokes.
Coup de grace does provoke. If that's what you want.
No, it's. I wanted you to heal him up and ask him a question, and then have him use his necklace of fireballs in the area to detonate all of the fireballs at once.
And then kill himself in the go out in a real blaze of glory.
Yeah, and have you guys take like 30d6 damage, but I think it would provoke for him to do that even if you did bring him back.
That said, would have been a cool scene.
Would have been cool. Good TPK. Because that would definitely kill you guys at this level.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you can go ahead and kill him. That's fine.
Like I said, as morbid as it is, I'd like to at least carry one of the bodies back. We can have, I want to keep saying Navi, but what's her name?
Nava.
Nava, thank you. Nava said that if she knew what we were trying to find, that she'd be able to help more exactly. I mean, we could tell her what it is, but she could see it for herself.
The thing that perplexes me, do you have any ideas on this? How did they know about Frampton?
I don't know. My only guess is, and the unfortunate thing is, these guys would have had to see Auburn and Cicero at some point as well. I don't know if they made it to Long Shadow, or if maybe these things would Fort Chevale, or what.
Knew that we had called and summoned more rangers. Knew enough names and their personalities enough to fool even the best of us. I don't know either of them close, but Jessup, Kieran, you couldn't tell Auburn apart from the Auburn you know.
I honestly I think was exhausted and let my guard down, and I didn't fully vet it out as we probably should have, knowing. We definitely going to have to be very, very careful, because who knows if these were the only three or not.
Do you know what that reveals to me?
That they're doppelgangers?
Not just that. They might have known the answer to questions we would have asked them to prove who they were.
Kieran freezes and looks at everyone suspiciously.
Yeah.
14 hours.
Yeah, I don't know many people that would really care to answer that question truthfully.
There could be one among us.
So,
the imposter.
I guess
switch to an entirely different game to resolve this conflict.
to tell you the truth, I've been kind of brainstorming ever since everything happened at Long Shadow, and I kind of expected maybe one of the advisors to actually be one of the culprits there, since, us having to kind of talk with the mayor and then maybe trying to defuse the situation, trying to downplay there being a war effort or anything, and then them knowing us. But now that they actually know some of the rangers, gosh, I don't know.
Well, at least we've verified one new piece of information. It's not just one. There's 3 here, and the gods know how many more.
Well,
I'll pray about this tonight. Perhaps Milani knows something I don't.
Yeah, maybe you can ask him if there's any more in the fort. I'm sure you'll get a straight answer.
No, she'll probably just say something like, unclear.
Oh man, that sounds like it sucks.
It does. It really, really, really does.
Cliche.
Do they have anything of import on their bodies?
If you look over the items that they are carrying, all 3 of them have feather tokens of the bird, 2 each. So that is a total of 6 bird feather tokens.
Okay.
Okay.
I like those.
Each of them had a necklace of fireballs type 2.
Okay.
Each of them used the 6d6 bead. One of them used one of the 4d6 beads. So you'll have to write that down somewhere somehow, so you're aware of what is and isn't there. And keep track of who's carrying that for unimportant reasons.
Yeah.
It's in the haversack.
I don't believe that for a second.
Jessup is going to decline.
Keep those
kind of
away
wanna
from
just
me. I don't
drop
want
them on-
those.
Kieran puts them in a pile
Puts
and then
all
uses
of them
the
on.
wand of fireball to ignite them all.
Yeah.
Dude, we could seriously do that. Just have them all together in a clump and just use it as one mega bomb.
But we
on the,
we
Legion.
spellcraft identified them though, right? Or no?
My face identified them, Gideon.
Yeah, most of these I'm just giving you at this point, unless there's the cast levels super high. They each had 2 potions of blur, so that's 6 total.
Glad they didn't use
They-
those.
Because they wanted to get their sneak attack, and then they wanted to get their bombs off, and by that point, you guys were in melee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Each of them had a scroll of sending, so that's 3.
Oh, that's useful.
I like
Here's
those.
one that would be interesting. I was wondering if you were going to do this as soon as you figured out that there were saboteurs, if you were going to have Gideon run around doing detect alignment. Well, each of them carry a wand of undetectable alignment with 31 charges left.
Oh,
Undetectable though, but that still raises some suspicion because they.
Well, they would.
Take
Everybody
that
would
one.
need neutral because they wouldn't detect as good, they wouldn't detect as evil, they wouldn't detect as lawful, they wouldn't detect as chaos. So you would just assume they're true neutral.
Right. Well, not to mention,
yes, Kieran is true neutral. Yes.
Most
Mm.
people.
So now anybody that's true neutral is suspicious.
What is the item called?
Josh, you just died.
You got so far away. See ya. It's like
Walk
it's like
back
you
to your
just
microphone. Dude.
What are you talking about? I'm right
you are so far away.
Dude,
it's
you sound like
you're-
you went to the other room.
You're like 30 feet away right now.
No, I'm right here. Really.
Nope.
No.
Oh my gosh, did Gideon fall into a pit somewhere?
Honestly, I'm right here.
You're so far away. It's so
He's getting
weird.
further
I
and
feel
further.
like he's being smothered or something.
Are you trolling?
Gods, I'm falling behind!
Oh, I
Wait.
heard him.
Wow, he had to yell really loud to.
Like, what the heck is
He's
going on?
back. He's back. Okay.
Am I back
Yes,
now?
You would just assume. Yeah, you're
Yes,
back.
you're back.
Why are you out of breath?
I just got done running down the hall. No, I'm kidding. Thank God I'm living alone right now because my roommates are gone, so I'm just the only one at the house. Else that would have been awkward to explain.
Oh, that was probably the best thing from this session.
So they
boy.
also each have 3 thunderstones, so that's 9 thunderstones.
I still didn't learn what's the name of the item again. I'm sorry.
The wand of undetectable alignment.
Undetectable alignment. Thank you.
Yes.
The wand of detectable alignment.
They each
It's such a
had.
useless item.
Wand
They
undetectable.
each had a mithril shirt, a +1 hand crossbow, and a masterwork sword cane. If you want any of those, they each had a set of masterwork thieves tools. If you want one of those, and pooling all of their money together, it's a total of 225 gold pieces.
Jessup will take one of the Masterwork Thieves tools for no reasons
Okay.
whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay, that's a +2 to your disabled device.
He's a thief. Thief!
I don't have disabled device, so I'm not a thief.
Thief! Cut off his hands.
Not taking any of the weapons or armor because
Okay.
it's useless.
Well, we can give the armor and stuff to the people of Long Shadow. After we
If you want to carry it,
well, we
I
got
mean,
a wagon.
you do have a wagon.
That item is really good because it doesn't detect as any alignment, so you would literally just look like a commoner.
Yeah.
Are you
Yep.
saying all commoners are neutral?
No,
Apparently.
all commoners with 4 hit dice or less have no aura, so they don't detect as any alignment. So
Yep.
it'd have been really hard to have found them. It remains a difficulty that exists.
Well, but at least this did give us some information that trying to walk around to detect alignments probably is going to be completely useless.
That would have been a waste of time. Still,
How do I know, Jason, when I did my identifier or anything, like how quickly is it if they wanted to shift between? Like, do I know that at all?
I believe I'd have to check the change shape supernatural ability or whatever, but if it functions as the spell, I believe that alter self is a standard action.
So they could change appearances like almost instantaneously.
Yeah, they can change pretty easily.
So that probably explains how quickly they're able to move around.
right, well, I guess for now we can just go about our business and see if the sabotaging stops. And if it does, then maybe we got them all.
I doubt.
Well, I would say that don't let our guard down, but I guess let's just keep this information to ourselves at this point.
Yeah. Well, Jessup, surely we're not the only ones to have ever faced a doppelganger in the past. From the stories or books that you've read, have you heard of any way to identify them easily, or how do past groups deal with them?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever faced one or not. I mean, you just got to find clever ways to root them out, I suppose. I mean, the whole point of them is not wanting to be found.
Well, not sure it's something we can worry about more tonight, though.
Well, I'm thinking, at least as Kieran said, worst case maybe Hursk. I know that, no offense, you said you're kind of worthless in helping to more or less bolster Long Shadow, so maybe you and I can find some ways to try to scout around while Kieran and Gideon, if you guys want to kind of go back to attempting what you can, and, you know, if the saboteuring keeps going on, then we know that we got some unfinished business.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They'll make themselves known. All right. Good plan, Jessup.
Okay. You guys get everything around, throw everything that you want on the wagon, and continue your way back to Long Shadow. And again, it takes you another, I think, 2 hours or so, but you're able to get back without really any issue. It's roughly 8 to 8:30 by the time you make it back to town. What would you like to do back in town?
How many of those scrolls ascending do we have?
3.
Yeah, 3.
While we're riding back, Jessup would ask, hey, do you mind if maybe we use one of these scrolls? Because when you send a message, you can get a message back, correct?
Yes, so sending is you contact a particular creature with which you are familiar and send a short message of 25 words or less. The subject recognizes you if it knows you. It can answer in a like manner immediately, yada, 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 yada. So, yes.
So, well, I guess on our way back, Jessup would ask, I don't know if it would be a bad idea to potentially use one of those scrolls ascending to reach out to Cobb and see if he knows potentially where Auburn and Sirio are, if they're still there or where they are, because obviously these doppelgangers would have had to met with them at some point, I would imagine.
We can certainly try. It's not a given for me. I don't know if it's something that Gideon can cast immediately.
I will have to check my spell list.
Well,
So it's a 4th level
magic
cleric
device
oracle,
anyway.
and it's a 5th level sorcerer
Oh,
wizard,
yeah.
so I can't
Yeah.
cast 5th level yet.
I can cast it.
Well, can't you cast it because it's on your spell list?
Yeah.
And it's a scroll?
You
I
have
don't know if it's a level higher than what I can cast, though.
you then it goes to your is it possible for you, and then you roll a UMD check.
Yeah.
I can just straight up cast it because it's a level 4 spell, and I can cast level 4 spells right now.
Wow. The way you said that was so arrogant.
I mean,
It was
I can just cast it because it's a level 4 spell.
emphasis does not immediately imply arrogance.
I think Jessup could attempt to use one, because if I fail, it doesn't waste the scroll. I just don't think I could try it.
Unless you get a mishap.
By raw, though, could I try one of the scrolls of sending? If I fail, then do the second scroll of sending.
There is such thing as a scroll. Yeah, a scroll mishap. That's
Right, but I was just saying, if I fail on one scroll, could I use another scroll?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Just like you could change out a quick runner shirt and get haste
Yeah.
multiple times a day.
So I guess Jessup would just attempt to use a UMD on that then, since I'm assuming the message is it. I forget. Do you actually write something out and send it, or is
No,
it?
you speak it.
Oh,
Okay, that's what I
actually,
figured, because
You're
it's in
sending
Jessup's
your
voice.
I just realized I might have needed to have rolled UMD on those restoration checks. Dun,
Dun dun dun.
dun, dun. I have to-
Retroactively do it.
I'm
Hopefully.
gonna.
I don't know if you have to use your magic device for it. Though.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm checking right now.
For
well.
what?
I do have to say this is kind of funny that one of the mishaps for a scroll is that it has a delayed effect. So sometime in the next 1d12 hours it activates. So it'd be really funny if like
Okay.
6 hours
No,
later
no.
it's just 25 words of a
You're
conversation.
good. You're
that-
good. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nope, you're fine.
You finish.
No, that was it. I
That
was
would
just
be
saying that
kind of
was a-
funny if just randomly, like
25 words that
Cobb gets back to me in the middle of a fight. Oh yeah, they're right here. We're in the Long Shadow War.
That would be very funny. No, it's to cast a spell from a scroll. You must have it on your class spell list. Then you need a higher enough score, like casting stat, to be able to do it. Right.
Oh, okay.
And then use magic device allows you to use a scroll as if you had a particular spell on your spell list. The DC is equal to 20 plus the caster level of the spell.
So you can't cast 4th level spells, or you can?
Can't.
You can't.
I can only cast up to 3.
Okay. So roll a caster level check twice.
Correct, which is what I have to do. Caster level check? So that's just straight like just my level, right?
Yeah, just your straight caster level.
So basically, we're just redoing this whole session next
Okay, you're
time.
good.
Yeah, we're good. No, we're just
DC was only 10.
yeah, I was gonna say we're just which means I could only fail on a nat 1 because I'm level 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're good.
So Jessup
And you
can
could do the
use
same with sending.
Jessup can, or it has to be Gideon.
Gideon or Kieran can do a caster level check to use sending because it's on both of their spell lists.
Right.
But didn't we say I could do a UMD check?
Yeah,
You could attempt to use a magic device check. It would be DC 20 plus the spell's caster level.
Which would be 26? Or no, because it's caster level.
Yeah, that would be a 29, I believe.
Also,
Yeah, I can.
yeah.
I could try to give it a whirl once, because I prefer just kind of.
Okay.
Nope. It didn't work for me. Kieran, do you give it a go? You've met and really talked to Cobb.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm sure he might recognize my voice.
Just tell me you're here with Jessup.
Give it a whirl. Well, that'll use part of the word, so I don't know if we want to
Me
say that. or
here
not.
with Jessup? Yeah, that's not any.
Oh no, I had enough of an education. I don't need to talk like a caveman.
Whoa.
So
Please
I
stay
roll a
away.
caster level check.
Yes.
26.
Yeah, it is DC 10.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's say it's Kieran. What are we asking again?
No, I don't want to give you any information. I don't want you to feel like a caveman.
Well, no, I literally, Sarah has no idea why we're using the scroll. What are we asking?
Jessup more just wanted to ask Cobb where Auburn and Sirio are. If they're still at the fort with him, or if they're gone somewhere, if so where, more or less. Because I want to be able to find where they are, if we can. That might help give us clues regarding the doppelganger. Or if they're killed or something, I don't know. We don't know.
Okay. All right. So Kieran will cast the spell, and he will say, "It's Kieran. Where are Auburn and Sirio? Are they still at the fort? If not, where are they? You can reply to this message."
Okay. After a few moments, you hear Cobb's voice reply. It says, I gotta kind of count on my fingers to make sure I go the right notes.
Used word.
You could just count and I'll do it. He doesn't know how sending works.
Got your message. They left as soon as we knew you needed help. Might have arrived by now. Not sure.
Done.
Well, it sounds like they left as soon
Hope
as
you're
they
having
got
a good day.
Can't hear you anymore.
I just felt it in the tone of his voice.
That was
Sounds like
about accurate. I added an us, but yeah.
They he said they could have arrived by now, so it's possible they may be in the city. If those creatures saw them, maybe they were able to, or maybe they talked with them and got information that way. Who knows? But we can check around to see if they made it, and if not, then we'll have to deal with that issue.
Are we still there? Or
I moved you to the Long Shadow map. You can be wherever you want to be.
well,
Like,
I figured
if you wanted to have this conversation outside of Long Shadow, that's fine.
I figured we
doesn't
would just do
matter.
it on the ride back or something.
Yeah, you could do it on the wide back as well. That's fine.
Jessup would. Oh man, too bad we didn't take a better look to see if we could find them. Maybe, hate to say, maybe they're dead in a ditch somewhere.
Sure, hope not.
I,
It's not great.
not either. Well, maybe first thing I get here in the morning, maybe I'll see if I can try to find where they are.
Okay. So are you guys going back to your rooms once you get back to town, or is there someplace else you're going first?
Yeah, Kieran doesn't feel great. So he would probably just want to take it easy and rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jessup will heal up a bit.
Oh, I need
Okay.
heals again. I forgot.
Okay.
I can heal myself.
I mean, if you
though.
have invocations, you could probably heal everybody, right?
Yeah, I'll heal everybody. I'll do Invocation of Healing.
Which is 20 HP, right?
20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
And I can do that as many times as you need.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm down 59, so I might need
So
that a couple
3
times.
times. I'll do
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yep, all good.
And
Okay.
that'll heal everyone else. And then for myself, I'll go ahead and cast.
I got some spells I can heal.
Oh, I got
you.
plenty. It's fine.
You sure? Because I got spell slots open.
Yeah, why don't we use yours up?
So, if that's the case, if Kieran comes back to town completely healed, then he's going to go to the pub.
Okay.
How does that help you there, Gideon? 19, 9, and 12?
Pretty good. 19, 9, and 12.
40.
Gives me all the way back to 71 out of 72. Peachy.
Nice.
One more. Dink.
Oh, all right.
I have, just...
Just got infinite
Okay.
resources, I guess.
Okay.
well,
So
don't
Kieran
use
is going to go to the pub. What about the other
think-
three?
I think Jessup would kind of walk around town, almost seeing if he can. Maybe he would go with Kieran to the pub first, just walk around and see if he can find like Auburn and them. He's not going to ask for them, but he's just going to kind of look around to see if he can find them or hear talk of rangers and stuff. He doesn't want to let on about the doppelgangers, but he wants to try to see if he can find them.
Okay.
I'm going
Hursk
to
probably join.
commune. And I will give you a list of things
Okay.
later.
So
Fun.
Gideon is going to commune. The two of you are going to the pub. Hursk, what is it that you said?
I was gonna go with Jessup.
To the pub?
Yeah.
Okay,
Looking
so
for
3 of you are
the-
going to the pub.
Well, for all going to the pub, I'll go to the pub.
No.
We don't want you at the pub.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Jessup's just going to the pub to look around and see if he can hear anything. If they're not there, he's going to go to like other areas of town where they could be.
Right. To keep looking for him.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
basically doing the same thing. Gideon is communing and then hopefully using that information to then go find things and stop them.
Okay. So everybody's going to the pub.
Basically,
Yes.
I guess.
Indeed.
You guys make your way towards the pub, and as soon as you go in, you immediately see. Actually, you
no.
hear before you even get in, but as soon as you get in, you immediately see in the largest table in the center of the pub, standing on top of it, tankard in hand, is Auburn the Green.
She's a Caden follower, that's why.
And you can hear her shouting out her tale that the four of you were not at the beginning of the campaign to hear, but it's the same story she said at the opening of the campaign, where she's like, so there I am, thinking, when will I ever be able to talk to a bear again? And she goes through her whole story there. You can hear her shouting it out, and everybody's around her. You see Sirio kind of in the corner, his arms crossed. He's got a little bit of a smirk on his face, but it looks like he's trying to seem uninterested. The mayor is there, and he's just as rowdy as everybody else around him. You don't see his advisors anywhere. That's what you see as you enter the pub. And as soon as you make yourselves known, and Auburn's kind of going around, the mayor kind of looks over and he sees you, and he shouts out at you, and then everybody looks at your direction. You see Sirio kind of perk up, and he kind of stands up, but like he's shorter than everybody else, so you can only really see like the top of his hair, like kind of bobbing around. And then Auburn kind of looks in your direction and is kind of like squinting to see if she can make out faces, but it's a little bit hard with her eyes. And the mayor says, "Oh, welcome back, my friends. I trust your endeavor went well. I see you're all alive. That's good."
Yes, it was actually quite successful, and I think
Good, come sit.
drinks are in order. I'm
Yes.
all about that.
Yes. And he kind of motions to the barkeep for another round. Then he holds up 3.
Jessup turns to Hursk and, well, I think we found who we wanted. We should, kind of whisper, we should play along, keep an eye on them, but maybe we should partake in some drinks, solely to make us look and blend in.
Okay.
Sense motive on the mayor.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your sense motive. 15.
Did.
I mean, he looks pretty drunk.
Yeah. That's what it was last time.
Nothing else seems odd about him.
Gideon's gonna pull a Strider. Just go to the corner of the bar and brood.
Did you go to the same corner as Sirio? Or
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And just brood.
you go to stand next to Sirio, and he's like, "How you doing?
I'm alright, Sirio.
Heck of a party, ain't it?"
I'm not one for this kind of revelry. Never suited me well.
Hey, you don't say.
And he takes a... Is he just leaning against a bar or something? Or like a
He's
booth?
just sitting in one of the corner booths,
The
pretty
booth,
much.
yeah. He'll sit on the opposite side. When did you and Auburn make it to Long Shadow?
And believe it or not, we only got here like, I don't know, half a day ago. It took like an hour after entering the city, and Auburn had already, well, you see what's going on.
Yeah, well, I've only met her once, but I did hear she worshipped Caden, so it's to be expected, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is like the 5th time she's telling this story, so.
Reminds me of the barracks days. Soldiers telling the same story. Did you send out a group of rangers earlier today? By chance? Some scouts?
No. I mean, we came in with about a dozen or so. It's about all we could spare. I mean, we didn't send anybody out. Why? You find some?
Yeah, out while we were out and about, we saw a troop of scouts, and we're just curious what they were doing. You said
I mean, not to my knowledge, unless Cobb sent out another group and he didn't tell me, which, I mean, is totally possible. But
you said there was a dozen with you when you got here.
something like that, yeah. I mean, if you include Auburn and me, there's a dozen.
Oh. Include Auburn, you, and Cobb?
No, Cobb stayed behind. Somebody had to stay behind to kind of manage the structure, but he chose some of the more able-bodied of us and sent us along as sort of a strike team, I guess.
All right. Well, that's good to know. It's nice to have you back. Hopefully you had a safe travel all the way here and are ready to help defend in the event of a siege.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm more used to defending the forest, but we'll see if I can't figure out how to get my way around these streets.
Well, I'm sure you'll dole out misery all the same.
That's the plan.
And he'll order a drink as a barmaid walks by, if at all, during this time.
Yep.
And they'll just, banter and talk. He got the important information, and he doesn't want to let it slip yet, but I think that clearly implies that all the rangers might be dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
I mean, you see other rangers in this pub,
Really?
just so you know.
So there are, because otherwise the numbers were working out exactly perfect. That 9 rangers are missing and 9 rangers are dead.
Yeah, no, like some of the rangers are in here. Like Sirio and Auburn and some of the rangers are in here. Like what Sirio is basically saying is like we didn't send anybody out.
That's weird. That makes it make less sense.
Yeah, Jessup will grab a drink or so and just kind of sit around, just kind of take some sips, but kind of let the mayor and I'm assuming Kieran do his thing. And then after a little bit, then Jessup will approach the mayor, who's probably inebriated, to mingle.
Yep. You can approach the mayor. Are you each kind of approaching the mayor individually, or are the 3 of you going to kind of go up? Is Hursk going with Jessup and Kieran, or?
Yeah, that's what he assumed. But unless Jessup wants him to hang back, I can hang back and stretch. It's your call.
Oh, no, Jessup. So, yeah, Jessup's just he might lean into Hursk and be like, hey, keep an eye on things. I'm gonna go kind of chat with the mayor, see if I can get some information all incognito-like, if you know what I mean.
Hursk will just overly exaggerate, like hunch his shoulders, squint his eyes, and kind of like look around.
Good. Nobody will notice anything. So Jessup kind of walks up with a tankard in his hand and walks up near the mayor. I see him coming behind him. He kind of grabs him on the shoulder, just kind of like spills some of his drink, and Jessup's like, "Oh, hey there, Mayor. Hey, I had a couple of victory beverages. How are you?"
The best kind of beverages.
Yeah. So where are the your three, comrades in arms? I don't see them. Are they out trying to get the well done?
You know what? I have no idea where they are. And to be honest, I couldn't care less.
They're usually here with you, right?
Normally, yeah. I mean, the past, month, they've been super clingy. Like you wouldn't believe. I couldn't go anywhere without them following me around.
You know, I was married once until she passed them. I tell you, clingy.
If that's what it's like, then I'm fine. But, yeah, I don't know where they are, but I am very happy to finally have some time to myself.
I know what you mean. Speaking of which, Jessup needs to have some time to himself in your house. You know what I mean. I'll see ya. And Jessup will kind of pretend to stumble out of the way.
That's a very good drunk.
He will roll a bluff to pretend to be hammered.
Fool me.
Yeah! And then he will go back over to Hursk and kind of whisper to him, "Hey, I need your help outside." Put his table down and walk outside.
Hursk will follow.
Kieran, what are you doing?
He's drinking. He's already plopped down some gold to buy drinks for people who are at the bar. And he is, basically just mingling, talking to people around, listening to Oberon's stories. I don't think he's necessarily doing anything specific. He is fully engaging in the revelry.
Okay, yeah. You're just partying it up as Jessup and Hursk kind of go off on their own for their conversation. You guys can talk what you want to talk about.
So, yeah, Jessup will get outside and kind of look at Hursk and be like, "Oh, man, I'm getting a little tired. I might go back to the homestead. Care to join me?"
Sure.
That sounded weirder than it meant to be.
I assumed what you meant.
Jessup kind of does the whole weird blush thing, I'm tired pretending to be drunk. Let's get out of here. So I'm assuming after time passed, we get to the thing, and he's like, I had a funny feeling ever since, we found out that there was some issues going on with some saboteurs that potentially, one or so of the advisors might have been problematic, but I mean, it's such a coincidence that we fought 3 doppelgangers, and there were 3 advisors, and now the mayor's telling me that those guys have been glued to his hip for the past month or so, and they weren't there at the bar. I wonder where they could be.
It's really suspicious, yeah.
No, but really, I wonder if...
No, I think the 3 of them might have been the 3 that we ran into.
Well, yeah, I just wonder the 3 advisors really still alive or what? I mean, every time we went to the mayor's office, we saw him attached to the hip, so I guess if we can go meet him tomorrow morning and they're not there, we can probably safely assume. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's potentially not more of them. But I figured you and I in the morning, if you want to go and pay the mayor a visit.
That's probably a good idea. See if the advisors are there. If not, yeah, I think it's safe to assume something's happened to them.
All right, well, if that's the case, the mayor, who knows if there's still more doppelgangers in town. May have to keep a close eye on the mayor. He's going to help us bolster the civilians here for the war.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
Well, I'm a little pooped. I'm probably going to take a rest, but I don't know if you want, but I'm a little suspicious right now with everything. I think I'm going to hit myself with a keep watch spell. So rest spell, I'll be up all night. I
was just going to ask.
Sleep?
Yeah, that'd be great. It's been a long couple of days.
Okay.
Jessup's the enemy the whole time. He's gonna murder me in my sleep.
Yes, I was. Joke's on you. I was Malfoony.
I was Malfoony the whole time.
So Jessup will use charge of Keep Watch, and I'm assuming they'll stay like they did in the homestead, and then Jessup will probably not sleep, but just kind of sit back.
Murder
and
Hursk.
You know.
Okay. So is it just Jessup is staying up, not both of you, or?
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
is her sleeping then?
Yeah.
How do you coup de grace?
What action? What is that? It's a full round action. It does provoke though, right? Okay.
No.
So okay, so Jessup and Hursk are gonna head back. Hursk is gonna use Keep Watch to make sure that he's awake all night. Are you like staying awake in your bed, or are you going down to like your living room and setting a fire and like staying by the cozy fire? Or
Yeah, Jessup. Yeah, he'll probably just keep a fire stoked and just kind of maybe drink some tea and stuff. Just staying awake, but obviously not doing anything extensive.
He doesn't have a fireplace though. He's literally building a campfire in the middle of his.
In the middle.
he's in his really luxurious, cozy like couch, but with a fire.
Just create a fire because that's how that works.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And then Hursk goes up to his room and sleeps. Gideon and Kieran, you gonna stay and party a bit and then head back to your places, or is there something else that you wanted to do?
Gideon's just gonna stay for a single drink and then he's gonna take it right off.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
And you're heading to the mayor's residence
to where
sleep.
he'll then commune. He parts with some religious greeting or parting as he leaves. What's his face? Whatever.
Okay.
Some kind of rose, and then just goes on his way, and then he'll pray before he goes to bed.
And Kieran, anything special with you?
So Kieran stays and he's drinking and he's, having a good time. And I imagine that he gets into conversation with somebody at the bar and they are talking. And this person starts to ask Kieran about, family. Does he have family? And I think Kieran's mood starts to come down a little bit as he, talks about family. And after that, he doesn't stay for very much longer. I think at this point he's probably buzzed, but he's not drunk, not like he was before. So he'll head back to the room that he has at the inn. So he's not staying with the mayor this time. He's staying at his room. And he goes into his room and he has like a light by his bed, and he gets ready for bed and he lays down and he pulls out a letter from his coat that he wears, and he looks at it for a while and he kind of holds it up and he stares at it and he's turning it over in his hands and he sees the wax seal which matches the emblem on his ring, and after a while he puts it back in his coat pocket, and then he blows out the light and falls asleep.
Okay. You all retire to your respective rooms and go to sleep, except for Jessup, who stays in by his couch with his fire pit. The night comes. Everyone roll me a perception check with a -10 penalty, except for Jessup, who is not asleep.
10.
Once again, I
20s.
thought I rolled a natural 20. And I was like, I don't even think I can get a 30. What is my natural 20? I said.
Oh, wait. You're going to want me to reroll. I forgot to take all my buffs off from the combat.
Yeah, get those freaking buffs out of there.
Those filthy buffs out of there.
I don't have any
Stop
buffs
that.
from combat. You would still have heroism, possibly, depending what time this check is.
This is like midnight.
Then
Yeah,
you,
it's
then
probably
you won't.
Nothing that's not hours per level is going to be.
I mean, it only dropped it by like 2, but...
Oh,
Do
Lord.
you want me to re-roll or?
How am I awake and get probably the
Yes.
worst?
Oh, yes. This is good.
All right. There you
Now, to be fair,
so
I got a 23.
23 for Gideon, a 2 for Kieran.
Sorry, that already has.
Oh, that
it's
has
a
the-
minus
okay,
5.
so
Yeah,
23
it's
for Gideon, 12 for Kieran, 12 for Jessup, and then a 16 for Hursk. None of you hear
Well,
anything?
Jessup's a 12 or a 2?
Mine's
oh no,
he's
his
not
wasn't
asleep.
-10. Right,
He's not
'cause
asleep.
Right.
So yeah, the night comes.
Why do you want to make it even worse? I didn't even hear anything.
And you all wake up the next morning, ready to continue your efforts to defend the town or verify whether there are any more saboteurs left in town. And that is where we will start it next week.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in and put up with our crazy amounts of technical difficulties today. I appreciate your patience with that. Have a fantastic night. Thank you to Sirenscape for all these amazing sounds. Remember, you can always check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and all that kind of stuff. Lead a good life.